That would have been on the 17th. Boop, boop, boop,
Oh.
boop. Previously on Seattle by Night. After an emotional altercation from poorly worded statements and emotions leaves the female half of the coterie working things out in the basement, Waif remains perched in a corner near the ceiling, the elder covering her ears in a mostly vain attempt to allow the girls their privacy from her heightened senses. She eventually dives behind the counter, ignoring Jim, and rummaging for things while chatting with Alvin, my apologies, while Pius continues to get his butt kicked by the casual storyboard sketch for future movies that is Comstock, cheating with his wings in paper football. That technically isn't cheating by the rules, but definitely feels like it. Alvin asks Pius about his new haven before giving the Nosferatu permission to take his computer, the one Pius scrapped almost 2 months ago. Pius pulls up to go get it, but a bagel knocks the door he opens with enough force to slam it shut. The trash panda elder's head peeks above the counter, tells Pius to wait until the girls are done first, and then snatches up the bagel and tosses it in the trash. Ashley and Olivia return, Olivia being the only one previously unaware of the waif's presence, prompting an attempted tackle glomp, which waif dodges from long ingrained defensive reflexes, prompting an apology to Olivia, whose face rammed full tilt into the counter. Olivia says several things while dazed, prompting Waif to object. Pius asks how old the elder was when she was embraced, and they learn what happened to her when she was 14. Pius accuses her of being a child, and demanding that she watch DBZ with him and Tobias. She refuses, and he sulks. After getting his ass kicked again by Comstock, he tries a different approach, using candy claw machines, and Waif's using them via Mugger's pocket quarters for free candy as another avenue of calling her a kid. After a conversation that spirals into threats of bodily harm, and Pius's possible outing as a masochist, Waif retreats to her corner, and before long there is no Waif at all, only a pile of crumpled money on the counter. Eventually, Olivia seeks out Alvin, and finds a sizable amount of things from hobby and craft stores and party stores spilled out on a table. Olivia gets to work, and Ashley watches and occasionally intervening to prevent Olivia from doing too much, like, say, turning holiday lights into a noose. Things devolve into carefully corralled chaos, and the Malkavian, after suddenly realizing Jim is still here, and desperately trying to ignore everything, gives him a garland of lights. While Alvin is busy with paperwork concerning his new identity, the others talk about pranking Alvin. As the decoration contingent montages away, with Ashley impersonating a spider, Olivia spazzing between different things, and Pius cheerfully spectating, and even occasionally assisting in masquerade defense, like putting up blackout curtains. At some point, Alvin beckons Olivia over to sign something, which she does, without reading it, while Ashley spectates from the ceiling. A knock at the door, once answered, reveals Cassie Green, another shopkeep on the street, and as Alvin knows, a mage. Alvin invites her in and introduces the rest. Olivia thinks Alvin is going to ask her out, to the venture's displeasure, and Cassie's own denial. Apparently, necrophilia is on her short list of taboos she has no interest of ever partaking in. For some reason, this causes Pius to picture Arthur Wayman's clenched ass cheeks in his head, which forces the mage to dismiss some bit of supposed mental reading magic she had active. Pius and Olivia flee to the basement. Ashley's proclamation of her also being some sort of mage causes the odd reaction of Cassie scooting a bit further away. Alvin directs the conversation towards possible appearance-changing magics that might last longer than a single night, as to evade part of the curse of Cain. Cassie may know someone capable of and willing, but she makes no promises regarding what they might ask for if Alvin pursues that angle. Topics
Capable and willing.
Topics turn to Monday Halloween matters regarding their shopping street. At least until she asks Ashley about herself, a scion of a fallen house. They talk briefly about personal bits such as where they first came into magic, among other things. Alvin begins asking about how mages break things down or organize themselves, prompting a lengthy but incredibly oversimplified explanation by Cassie. Alvin does, however, realize the truth of almost everything having its root in something, as far as old tales go. At least until he has his mind blown by the mage's casual mention of dragons having once been real. Eventually, notably after Olivia's nature is revealed, Cassie takes her leave. Den Mother Dearest then heads down the stairs to check on the children. Said children hear him coming, and Pius sits under a table and obfuscates, leaving Alvin to enter and only see Olivia. Well, and computer parts everywhere. Den Mother's senses tingle, leading Alvin to find his wayward child with ease, even without aspects. Malkavian then leaves to go see Ashley upstairs, leaving Alvin and Pius alone to talk. And Den Mother explains in brief his plans going forward. And Pius sharing that his name was one he chose, for the mockery it represents. And his plans for Tobias, and potentially wife as well. Upstairs, the girls are talking, and some of Olivia's voices are conspiring, and some elsewhere in the network are curious as to the nature of a Walkman. The sound of a car pulling to a stop outside the bagel and a knock at the door is heard only by them initially. Ashley peeks and sees Anthony Bell and briefly tries to lay him before Arthur Wayman reveals himself and attempts to enter the bagel, only for Ashley to deny him. Olivia gives a careful objection because it is Alvin's sire, before going down to fetch Alvin himself, also to get away from the man who called her a crazy girl, prompting a rolling of Alvin's eyes as Pius's own go wide, muttering about clenched cheeks, bringing Alvin back to reality. Arthur immediately crosses the room on Alvin's appearance, clapping him on the back and going on about how proud he is of him. I was playing Elysium last night. He is also willing to consider Alvin's long-standing project as completed, even if it isn't, based on his child's performance of late. The conversation turns to reward. Alvin chooses liquid assets and tries to usher his sire out the door. But Arthur persists, asking after Lyra's girl, while Pius makes a comment about Arthur's butt cheeks with the man present, causing Alvin's sire's opinion of Pius' sire to take a dip. After a final comment about Alvin to be a proud example of the bloodline of Alexander, another comment from Pius does have him add that to his company that he keeps could stand to improve before he leaves. Someone's mother will surely be told of this, and cheeks may get clapped. Just not the ones Pius probably wants. Ashley starts hearing voices, prompting a discussion of ghosts and dead people. As they go to ask Olivia and Pius to weigh in, the former bolts, fleeing like her own life depends on it somehow, making her way into the sewers. She trips. Ashley attempts to catch her, fails, and Olivia ends up face first in the sewer muck. In the depths of Olivia's mind, whatever was panicking her is fading from her concern. She doesn't remember much anymore. Pius reaches her, pulls out the pocket watch he gave her, and holds it in front of her, telling her to count, which prompts her to calm down. They eventually re-enter the basement of the bagel, where Alvin greets with towels, and quickly shuffles Olivia towards the shower. Pius tries to get the others to twinkle their fingers, pretending he needs them to do it in order for his ability to work. Pius also notices the wraiths either fleeing or outright vanishing from this side to the Shadowlands. After this, though, the coterie begins dispersing. Den Mother has to stay and take care of Olivia for a bit, however. That brings us to the close of the night of the 30th, and the start of the night of the 31st. But first, Olivia, do you still wish to spend your willpower point?
Yes.
Then go ahead and mark one off. And don't yet recover one for the new night yet. We have something else to do before we get there.
Okay. So recover all of them. There you
I didn't say that.
go. I know.
I said don't recover any of them, just mark one off. Anyway, I suppose then we should move this from here. I suppose here will do. And, of course, I need to find...
Off to the map we go.
Yeah, that'll do.
He is brave
Creepy.
Sir Robin, brave Sir Robin.
Ah, Olivia, you find yourself traveling through the city streets. A pink and purple plastic jack-o'-lantern bucket full of candy on your arm. The contents shift and shake, jostling as you skip through the streets. Each little candy inside is wrapped in a golden foil wrapper, a little flame emblem on each of them, brimming with light and innocent cheer. The streets are covered in unnatural shadows, cast by the perpetual sunrise hanging low in the sky, and happy blood-red light winking at you through occasional gaps in the buildings as you pass them by. People are all around you as you move through the crowds, human-shaped shadows, each with a chest branded with a glowing red sunrise silhouette, saying words as you pass them by. Always the same words, no matter the myriad of voices and tones. Iguzkiaren Samea, they say, as you pass them along your way. You don't know what that means, but it makes your fangs ache inside your gums, briefly feeling a wave of thirst coming and going with the words. You hurry along, not wanting to be rude, but also not wanting to share candy with them. Every so often you find someone, an actual person with color and vibrancy, not just another shadow. You eagerly rush to greet them, giving them a candy you're so excited to share. Each time they take the candy, opening it and popping it into their mouth, before their expression turns from open and happy to painful, surprised agony. Darkened shadow flooding over them, the blood-red silhouette of the eternal sunrise branding into their chest. Iguz Kiara and Samea, they too begin to say, causing you to frown and hurry onwards in hopes of finding a new someone to share with, the previous person and their fate gradually slipping away from your mind. The cycle continues, seemingly without end. Less and less are the people that aren't shadows. Sometimes you find those that you recognize, those that you care for. The ugly one you find playing with zombies, trying to make them dance. His monstrous maw wide with glee as his dancers tear apart someone unseen save for their suffering grin. There's a girl behind him, with a gun built from broken clocks aimed at his head unseen. Ignoring her, because, why would you pay her attention? You share your candy with him, of course, before he too seems racked with pain, eventually becoming another shadow with the sunrise branded on his chest. Igos
Oh, that's
Kiara
cool.
and Samea, he says as well, your gums becoming so incredibly sore. You find another one, in a ghillie suit of black and red, crouched walking after what looks like a sibling, surrounded by various shadow people. He seems annoyed when you interrupt him to share your candy, but takes it in the end, as they all do. A change takes him, no longer caring when one of those surrounding his sibling ahead pulls out a knife, nor when she starts following his own footprints, too busy with the agony of his unwanted change drenching him in shadow, the sunrise brand carving its way into being across his chest. Iguz Kiaran Samea, he says, as he must. As he must. The last one you find, with a look of stupor on her face, bliss in her expression, a swirl of wind carrying away bits of ash. Something terrible has happened, something vile, but she seems happy, so it's probably fine. Still, you give her a candy as well. You smile, hoping you have found someone at last who will enjoy what you've brought them. Of course, it is not to be. The shadows take her form, and she too feels the painful revelation. Iguz Kiaran Samea, she says, and the monster inside you thrashes at its cage. Your face falls, cheer broken at last, and you stumble away. Gentle arms catch you, a faceless figure in the garb of the Vesta cult looking down at you. Guard your ember, child, they remind you, and you suddenly become aware of the truth. The little coal on your chest you only now remember is there, its heat being siphoned away and stolen by the eternal sunrise on the horizon, flares back to life, burning away the shadow you only now realize was covering you the entire time, taking the brand of the sunrise silhouette along with it. The little candies in your bucket, you realize, are wrapped in black, not gold. Each with the brand now glimmering hatefully at you, as does the sun. Flee the false sun, child, the priestess says before a hateful ray of sunlight immolates her to ash. Igus Kiaran Samea, the shadowed sacrifices say. And at once, you understand what that means. Child of the sun. And with that, we'll move to awakenings. And I will stop playing the creepy music, because reasons. Hmm. We begin, as usual, sadly, with Alvin. Alvin, you awaken, as you are normally wont to do. Sounds of normal activity up above. No one cleaning at your door this time. Tonight is going to be a busy night for you. You've got street festivities going on, a sister to stalk. Probably a few other things besides that you don't quite realize yet. How are you feeling?
Time to get busy. They've already started festivities like hours ago. No time to waste.
Absolutely. I've seen
Change
you
of
go up the
outfit, get
stairs.
things going. No.
You're
They're
not
supposed to
going
handle
upstairs.
business today. Alvin is
So
exiting
they
through the
are.
sewer exit.
Well, isn't that wonderful? You exit through the sewer exit, then. Where are you heading?
Well, if things went well, then I should know what Allison is supposed to be up to from what her friends have said.
There
Ooh,
has been
stalking
some activity.
night.
Mortals
Indeed,
are
there
already
has
up by
been.
this time.
Yes. There has been news on those various channels. Apparently, the most members of the club are starting off their night with a partial attendance of a party being thrown by one of the local fraternities. So is that where you're going to be making your way to?
Yeah, I'll of course be sending a message to the rest of the coterie to let them know that I won't be at the bagel today. And if they, need where I'm going to be at, just simply let me know. Going in guise and everything, because I don't need them to randomly recognize me. Not the coterie, but,
Mhm.
mortals in the
Exactly
know.
how are you disguising yourself? Obviously, it's Halloween night. Costumes are to be expected. If anything, that's the one thing that makes this plausible.
Mm-hmm.
So what is Alvin's costume?
Probably MacGyver. Wig and all, of course, because he, doesn't need to be seen with his blonde hair.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Going as MacGyver, I hope you have like little random objects in your pockets to pull out to pretend to make something with. A
Sure, why not? He's
bit of
got the
bubble gum.
funds. And it's not exactly like he's not somebody who's used to having projects to work on. So
Fair.
Alvin may not have craft, but he does have technology and science and such. So
You're sure you can probably come up with some sort of spur of the moment thing that at the very least would look like a decent trick
mhm.
in line with your character that you're currently pretending to be. So I believe that means Alvin is heading off to do his sisterly stalking. We move on to Olivia. First and foremost, Olivia, we need to do a check. So let me move us over to the appropriate spot, and then back over into here so I can read things. But I do believe I need you to make me a temporary willpower pool check before things move on further. Difficulty 7.
Ooh, I got 3. I got 3.
Excellent. Nightmares don't follow you into the waking world, but you still remember that last one anyway.
Yes.
Also, now that that has been handled, everyone can go ahead and add 1 willpower and remove 1 blood. I just need to wait for that.
You did.
Add a willpower, remove 1 blood, you said.
There we go.
Add a willpower, remove a blood. Okay.
You are good. Anyway, Olivia, you waken in the, well, one of the little rooms down here in the Devil's Footstool.
Mhm.
But the last thing on your mind is that vision you had last night. Where does that leave you?
Um. Well, she's probably grabbing her jaw and thinking about it and trying to figure out what it officially means to, like, the saying the saying that they were saying and what it's pertaining to.
Egus Kiaran Samea. Yes.
Yeah, I'm never gonna be able to pronounce that. Sorry.
Yep, I'm probably mispronouncing it myself.
I just know it's gonna come out like gobbity-goo, and I'm not gonna be able to do
But it
it.
roughly translates as Child of the Sun, as I said.
Yeah. She's probably gonna go find Lyra if Lyra's not next to her.
Lyra is right next to you, and she's looking at you very concernedly. You okay? And she will check your forehead for a fever, even though that's ridiculous because y'all never get temperatures, before seeming to realize that herself, possibly from your own thoughts, and then, I guess, pat your head in concern.
I'm a little
Olivia.
surprised she's up before you.
Yeah, I know, right? Olivia's gonna fake cough, like, I think I need to stay home from school today.
You don't go to school.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you go to school, at least. Do you go to school? Have I been missing PTA meetings?
Um, you've also been missing all my report cards. Wait, I don't have report cards. I don't know what you've been
Could you
missing.
make up your mind, please? Because I need to know how much how worried I need to be about not being a good sire. That would be really good to know.
Let's just say this: you haven't been missing much,
Hmm.
but I I had a strange dream, and she's gonna go into as much detail as she can, like remembering the dream and stuff, and talk about the phrase to Lyra.
She stares blankly at you, her head cocked to one side. Then she shakes it. One of the others might know, but this is Halloween. We can worry about things like that later.
That's fair. Are we gonna make sweets tonight?
Well, we could. I kind of thought
Mm.
you would want to go somewhere, but sure.
I mean, I would like to, but I would like to make sweets to pass out to people if we have time.
Mm, just remember who, depending on who you might hand them out to, they might not be able to enjoy them. But
Oh,
sure, come on,
true.
let's make brownies.
Yes. She's definitely excited. Oop, she is excited. Okay.
So excited you vanish suddenly, I suppose.
That's
Hmm.
that'd be scary.
Poof, 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 poof. Let me just go ahead and send you that message.
Yep.
There you go. Just keep that shush. In the meanwhile, while Olivia sets to baking and doing things, we come to Ashley at the chantry. You're already awake, of course, but you're currently busy in one of the practice rooms. You have, of course, recently been given access to certain things, and you are currently busy practicing them. And, like every other time you've attempted it so far, you poof 5 meters across the room and leave a pile of clothes behind you as you do so.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, I did not mean to walk in on this. I'm going to is the worried voice of Tobias, who really wishes he had timed his entrance better than coming into practice.
Oh man.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to right, but I also need to ask you about and he just sells for standing there covering his eyes.
Ashley's gonna just go grab her clothes and like just turn around, Tobias. Just hold on. Just turn around.
Mhm.
Ask me whatever your question is while I get dressed. It's okay.
Also
You're not
subtract
the
2 blood for just go ahead and subtract 2 blood for thaumaturgy practice tonight.
Yep, I will do that. But she'll be
Mhm.
like, just you're not the first one that walked in tonight. It's fine. Nobody seems to know how to knock nowadays.
Generally speaking, if you want privacy while you're doing your practice, you're supposed to lock the door and it puts that little red thingy up.
She'll just roll her eyes as she's getting dressed. So you have a question or concern or
I
I'm
mean,
being requested?
sort of. Yeah. I mean, in regards to the thing you gave me,
Oh,
last night,
Pius's note.
yeah. Did you know what's on this?
No, I didn't read it. I felt it'd be inappropriate to read your letter.
I mean, that makes sense.
So what's on it?
Scroll up. So me scrolls up. Let's see. What did he put on that thing? Tobias, wanna go egging houses on Halloween? It'll be a blast. Meet me at the old oak tree at 7. Be there or be square. Where even is the old oak tree?
Old oak. What is he talking about? And I do not recommend you go egging houses. I'm not sure if that was a thing when you were alive, but I don't recommend it.
Oh, it's also the whole 7 p.m. thing. It's already later than that already.
Yeah,
I don't want to feel rude by not going though. That'd be rude, I think.
it's up to you. I mean, I don't recommend it, but you're older than me, so you kind of have a say on that one. Do you want to dress up and go egg houses, or do you want to stay in the chantry all night?
Dressed up. Why would I dress up?
It's Halloween. I'm gonna dress up.
What does All Hallows Eve have to do with it?
It's a holiday where you get to dress up as something you're not.
As a reminder, you're talking to someone that was basically stuck in the Vienna Chantry without being able to go outside for most of his century of life.
Yep.
Why would you dress up in I'm afraid I don't understand.
It's in old pagan holiday terms. It was helps protect you from demons or the like spirits trying to possess your body. So you dress up as something you're not to ward them away.
And why are modern day people doing that?
Oh, for candy. They're not doing it for that anymore. The church changed it and made it where, just go out and get candy.
Hmm. Okay, but shouldn't I have to, like, acquire a costume? How would I even acquire a costume? What kind of costume are we talking about?
Anything you like. You could dress up as a soldier, you could dress up as a zombie, you could dress up as a princess if you really wanted to, because that's a thing, but
No thank you. Why would I dress up like a girl anyway?
there's crazies out there. Especially on Halloween.
Are we near Washington Park?
Out of character, I don't know.
Oh.
Sorry.
There's a giant
Hmm.
oak tree in Washington Park.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's probably a bunch of old oak trees around. There's to be no telling what
You're in the
specifically
Pacific
that
North.
was.
You're in the Pacific Northwest. There's a lot of old trees everywhere.
Mhm. Also, Tobias only recently flew in from Vienna, so, he doesn't exactly know what the old local landmarks are.
Neither does Bias.
Hmm. Well, I guess I'll go ask the quartermaster what to do about costume, I suppose.
Okay, well,
Anyway, thank you. Good luck keeping your clothes next time.
yeah, thanks. I feel like this is gonna be a problem for a while.
You certainly gave the first two security rules that peeked in quite the show.
Oh, thanks. I didn't need to know that.
No, I'm saying that out of character.
Oh, okay. It was like, Jesus
Because
Christ.
you mentioned he wasn't the first one to interrupt you tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
But in any case, where will you be heading tonight?
What did I think I wrote something? Where'd it go? There it is. Pretty much just if the coterie wanted to do anything, she'd go do that with them, and then do a scrying session in the cemetery at some point.
I don't believe there is a group code reaction just yet, as I believe Alvin's sisterly stalking is being done by himself. Possibly, so shenanigans don't ensue and nearly screw things up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody knows where he's gonna generally be, or at least he's available to be reached. So, because you do have text messages. That said, to answer David's question, from like downtown Seattle, Washington Park is only a 13-minute drive.
Okay.
It's on the north side.
So it's within reach.
Indeed. Although he will not know where to go that way because he's not from Seattle.
Huh.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. Actually,
So,
technically,
without having checked in with the others, what are Ashley's general goals for tonight, other than the eventual arrival at a cemetery?
Probably check in with Olivia. That's one of her normals. And then, yeah, she might go around tagging because it's Halloween. Halloween, why not?
Oh yeah, but
If it wasn't
egging.
for the obsession with being the creepy stalker X, I mean, I'm just saying, you could have probably been like, I don't know what the Den Father equivalent is, but you could have been that. Den Mother's already taken, sadly.
Yeah, just gender swap it.
Ah,
She already knows that she might have to, if Tobias can't figure out where Pius is, she's probably gonna have to deliver Tobias to Pius. God damn, that's a tongue twister. And then threaten Pius to take care of him if she does deliver him. Because
that is
if
certainly
something
fair.
happens to Tobias, there's gonna be some hell to pay.
Speaking of Pius, though, Pius, right now you are zooming down a large, large tunnel, many, many times higher than your head. But you are zooming, zooming, zooming. Fast, fast, fast. Because squeakers go zoom. And right now, you are squeakers. Or at least in his head. And everything is so, so big. but you zoom. Little rat legs going as fast as can be. Down one tunnel, down the next, jumping over other rodents, occasionally drop kicking one in the head. You may have added that one mentally, but it might not have actually happened. But in your head it did, and that's all that matters. And then suddenly you get pulled back to your own body with a certain sister shaking you by the shoulder. Boop. You all right, brother?
Uh, oh man, I almost got to my kids. Oh, wait. Oh, that was weird. Hey, what's up, Belle? I was dreaming I was a rat.
Yeah, maybe you weren't dreaming.
It felt kind of real, but at the same time, it felt like a dream too.
Well, be careful if you actually haven't developed that point. I hear it's kind of tough getting used to separating yourself again. Um, so take care, I guess. I mean, that's not really something I can do yet, so I wouldn't know. But you're supposed to come because apparently Donovan's going to give his usual yearly speech, safety stuff and all that.
Ooh, a Halloween speech.
Indeed, Halloween speech.
This will be entertaining.
A short walk away into one of the more open areas of the Warrens is Donovan and most of the rest of the family.
Pious, what are you doing?
All right, gather round, gather round. Oh, Pius, good of you to join us. It's your first time, right? Yes. And don't I saw you too, Oscar. Don't let me I didn't forget you. You're not the only one here who it's their first year in life, after all. All right, gather round. This is a little bit special. For the older ones among us, this is a very, very recent thing, only last couple of decades, but fuck it, we've always been an adaptable sort, especially when it's in our interest. And tonight is our night to have fun. One night of the year, we can reliably go up to the surface and not hide our appearances. Trust me, the mortals dig it. They dig it. They think we are like the best costume people in existence. It's incredible. But there are some ground rules we need to cover for safety, security, and not to completely violate the masquerade. Even on a night like this. Rule 1, no more than 2 people in any one spot at the same time. Alright? Because if there's a bunch of us moving around looking like this, someone might get the wrong idea, and maybe some hunters might come sniffing around, and no one wants that. And I don't want to have the prince be yelling into my ear because someone did something like that. And y'all don't want me to have to yell in your ears because the prince yelled in my ears. So we're all clear on that, right?
Yep.
Good, good. Now then, what's the main rule?
No more than 2 in a group.
No, that's the secondary rule. The main rule is to have fun. Okay, family?
That's the rule?
Yes, you're required to have fun.
Oh my god. Okay. This is like the first time Pius has been told to have fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, aside from the stated thing where we can go up top side without disguising ourselves, try not to violate the masquerade, no juggling dumpsters, that sort of thing. Looking at you, Jax. Cleaning that up last year was a mess. Jax at least has the dignity to look sheepish, I guess, and embarrassed about that. Well, what are y'all still staying around here for? Go on, get. As your primogen dismisses you with barely even two rules, I suppose. Have fun, and no more than 2 to a group. If you group up at all. So what's Pius going to do tonight? It's definitely well after 7, which was the time you told Tobias to meet up with you. Assuming he even knows where to go. Assuming Ashley even gave him the notice. You wouldn't put it past her to have torn it up or something.
It's a possibility in his head, but he's going to make a beeline for the nearest convenience store.
The nearest convenience store. Righto. Righto, Pius. And upon making your way to said nearest convenience store?
He would. Oh God, do I have any cash? Fuck it. He's gonna try and steal some eggs.
It's as simple as obfuscating and grabbing some eggs, yes.
Yes.
Pius steals some eggs.
All right. He now makes his way towards. Should I go to Washington Park? That'll take 15 minutes. It'll be like 7:15.
Oh,
That's
it's
my
well
car.
after 7 by the time
It'll
you
be
would.
like
It's already
8:15.
well after 7. Probably later than that, considering when you wake up, but sure.
He will get into the sewers and go to Washington Park and find the park oak tree and just wait by it. Not knowing if Tobias will be there or not, and if Tobias doesn't start showing up, he will start wandering off and do his own egging.
So Pius will be waiting in the park for Tobias, but not for too long.
Yes, enough time to where, like, if he were to actually try and find me, he'd find me somehow. He'd ask for, like, the oak tree, and someone might tell him there's, like, an oak tree in the state park. It's like a very small oak tree.
The park itself is like an arboretum, so it is fairly well known for the area.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked up, like, historical, like, oak trees in Seattle.
Which means Ashley would
Yep.
probably know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the park is a landmark of Seattle in general.
Yep.
Fair and valid. But that will, of course, bring us right back around to Alvin's own actions. Heading to Fraternity Row, as it is.
As it is. Glass is adorned.
Your attempted little stalking scenario is paused briefly by someone waiting for you. Not too far from the door, but you know they're waiting for you because why the fuck else would they be here? That sort of thing. Unmarked flowers.
Where is this at?
Down the street from the fraternity house.
Okay.
His eyes seem to catch yours before motioning off to the side, presumably. So
Can't catch
you
eyes
won't
you
have
can't
to go.
see.
Okay, fair enough. But I've just casually, I guess, offering to go somewhere else. Or be well around the corner, so I guess you don't have to be seen talking to him, I guess. I don't know.
He'll acquiesce the elder vampire for a moment.
Oh goodness no. Elder? She's just a neonate, I swear.
He's older.
In any case. Sorry for interrupting what I believe your ghoul said was something important. But you are, well, hard to track down otherwise. I won't keep you long, but if you will, I'd like to offer you a brief lesson, provided you're capable, I think. In my haste to give you a deadline regarding the situation involving your Primogen and Jess, I was reminded by someone whose opinion I value that perhaps if I am going to let you fight the monster on your own, by your own terms, I should give you some sort of weapon to equip yourself with to combat them. Speaking
Well,
figuratively, of course. But on that note, how far have you advanced with your clan's ability with, say, Dominate?
Capable of making people forget their relative memories.
Respectable for your age and rank, I suppose. But, and the more unlikely bit, I don't suppose you've bothered to learn any of the more physical disciplines. The base enhancements of your endurance, speed, strength, that sort of thing.
I have. In
Excellent.
fact, I have all three.
Then my worries are about whether or not I can even teach you are beside the point. Well, I mean, are moot. You should be fine. Of course, I am afraid that if I were to teach you a little something I picked up, it would require the normal method. But
Hmm.
perhaps I can share with what that would be, so you can weigh the decision on whether or not it's worth any perceived risk. You are of the bloodline of Alexander, yes? French typically pride themselves on which Methuselah they hail from.
I suppose.
Hmm. I picked this one up from Mithras's court when I stayed there earlier in the century. And it allows an extension of your own baser powers with the discipline of Dominate, extending your reach, so to speak. For example, and he will seem to call one of the various people on the street over, a casual display of the discipline, and look into their eyes and briefly say something to them. Your words catch something about that person over there, and they walk across the street to another person, look into their eyes, and next thing you know, there's a person in a Cinderella costume doing jumping jacks across the street. Something of a fusing of two separate disciplines, this one. But the end result allows you to briefly give a particular victim, I suppose, a use of your own abilities to affect another, using your own imbued power that you gave them. I won't lie, it has some drawbacks. Namely, that the wheel is somewhat more difficult when used at length like this. And unlike with normal usages of the discipline, there is a blood component cost. Something about forcing the power to be able to work at a range like that. Or so I've heard from the experts of it. My question, though, is whether or not you want to learn.
Huh. Curious.
Out of character, this is a combination discipline.
What is this supposed to be?
Combination disciplines. They're powers composed of the interweaving of two separate disciplines at a specific minimum required dot level. In this case, Dominate 3 and Potence 1.
Yeah, I didn't see this one on the list for Blood Clans.
That's because it's not from there.
Huh.
I am adapting it from elsewhere.
Gotcha. So effectively, I spend blood, make random person be carrier of ability, and remote set them to go make somebody else do something.
Mm-hmm. One moment, let me just copy it over for you to peruse,
You are
even if you choose not to learn it. Boop.
Dominate.
You can ignore the bottom line there, if you choose to learn this.
Okay, that's the most important bit right there. Forgetful mind can be imparted with this.
Yep. The first 3 dots of Dominate can all be used through it. With an escalating blood cost, of course.
Huh. It is only 1 point of blood bond, and I can easily not be near Mark for like a month to let that fade.
The 1-point bond is basically ignorable. Beyond feeling something about them, positive or negative.
Hmm.
After all, it doesn't mean you have a 1-point bond to your sire, but it doesn't actually mean you have to obey him or even feel positive about him. It's at the second dot stage where that becomes a problem.
I suppose I'll take his offering.
Hmm. Very well then. And his own fangs will prick his wrist and allow you to take but a drop.
He does it classily, and instead of just like sicking his own fangs into the man's like wrist, he just kind of, scoops it off and then, just
Mhm.
consumes it that way. Well, I suppose I should thank you for your contribution. It's not something that you
Mhm.
necessarily have to do, but I also guess this gives you a leg up against me, so
Not
call it
particularly that I
insurance.
plan on using it. It's a natural, unfortunately, requirement.
That it is. That it is.
Hmm. Good luck, Valderic.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna need.
Did I give you my number before I left last time?
I
I
don't
have one
believe
of
you
those
did.
newfangled, what do
Cell
you call
phones.
them?
They're
Cell?
called cell phones.
Right, those things. I fear my lover may, be beating that into my head again. In any case, enjoy your night.
We'll see. Till next time, Mark.
Alvin, and he will depart. But also, one moment, let me, I had an alternative in case you turned him down, by the way.
Hmm. Fair enough.
I figured you might like something, a little off the chain like that. Well, chain. It's chain of command. Well, you know what I mean. Darn it. He was
Fair.
originally going to get the bagel, but I forgot that you planned to immediately head out to go stalk your sister. So I had to redo that a bit.
Improvise, yeah. I hear you. I hear
This
you.
is off the chains.
Alvin is now kicking himself for not taking up Olivia's offering of enhanced senses, though.
Enhanced senses would do you well, I'm sure. the very least, let you hear what your sister is saying from across a crowded room. Speaking of
Yeah.
which, you have a sister to stalk. So the fraternity house, it seems to be the focus for this. Ending with Delta Phi, I believe. A massive costume party at a fraternity house.
Mhm.
Rotary Club, in general, was invited to network with student leaders and various professional-sounding excuses for, hey, come hang out with us, maybe get drunk. Well, it'll be awesome. There's costumes and music and fog machines and other stuff. But the party is definitely raging at this moment. It'd be hard to say without roaming through every single hallway in that building, but you wouldn't be surprised if there was more than 200 students cramming into its interior. Probably a fire hazard, but who's going to call on them?
That
Yes.
hmm.
I thought you were saying something. My
No, I said
apologies.
not bad.
Mhm.
He's just taking it in. It's been a
Mhm.
while since he was in his college years.
The entire manor is decked out in fake cobwebs from the tip of the roof all the way down to the ground and the bushes. There's strobe lights in parts, and especially inside, and you can tell at least one room is completely filled with fog machines. Well, not filled to the brim with fog machines, but with their produced fog. Someone is blasting music inside, of course, and it can be assumed from your own experience and from the idea of it that there's probably a spike punch flowing freely somewhere. Beyond the areas that seem to have strobe lights that you can tell through the windows, the interior seems largely dimly lit. But as to where your sister is and all of that, beyond having seen her head in, you have no idea.
And no one was able to tell me where Allison got her recent acquisition from the jewelry place.
Oh, right, you did actually send out the tried field through the grapevine who sent that. Apparently, someone was very thankful for the Rotary Club setting up a particular charity auction. A rather
Mhm.
large and successful charity auction.
Yeah,
I
because
kind of
that's
guess.
generally what he is, putting most of his feelers out for is, getting an idea of like what she's been up to and who's been trying to schmooze up to her.
Your new schooling in this world does tell you, though, that with that kind of amount of money moving through, the chances are actually greater of it being somehow involved or tied to the world of darkness than not being tied to the world of darkness at all, just because of money involved. It's all a matter of degrees of directness, I suppose. Do you wish to head inside?
Yeah, I think I'll, try to make my way inside and, just kind of act like he's part of the, roster. Certainly
Hmm.
still looks it.
Yeah, no one's going to check you at the door. They have a guy that stands there, but he doesn't really check anyone. He just, invites them in with a nod, drinks back another cup of the punch, and generally just seems to be doing his shift, but conversing with a few friends, most likely. Sorry, I couldn't get the interior thing for this one. I
That's
tried,
okay. That's
but
perfectly fine.
the interior is dimly lit, as I said. The room that's been converted into a dance floor is crowded. And there are undoubtedly some quieter rooms upstairs for private dealings, or perhaps just some other rendezvous sorts of things. After all, this
Mhm.
is a college party. give me first 2 rolls. The first is going to be your choice of dexterity stealth or dexterity athletics, both with the ultimate idea of not knocking into anyone in this crowded room in such a way that causes a scene.
Sure
Difficulty
thing.
5. You are good. You are good. But now you must find your sister. So, perception alertness, difficulty 8, because it's crowded, dimly lit, and all sorts of other factors.
Spending a willpower on this.
Makes sense. Well, the willpower point cannot be cancelled. At least not in the edition of rules we're using. It can in some other editions, but not this edition. So it takes you some time, maybe 10, 15 minutes, not because the house is that big, but because it's just that crowded and you can't exactly walk at full normal speed.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep getting, stopped by people that want to admire your costume or ask you to pull a trick or something like that to that nature. And even if you move your fastest through those or outright ignore some of them, it still slows you down. But eventually, you find your sister's group near the dance floor, apparently taking selfies.
That's
Your
not a
cell phone.
thing yet.
That's not a thing yet, is it? No, it isn't a thing. Sorry, I'm the one out of touch on this one. I apologize.
No,
But
that's
there is
good.
someone. There's
This,
someone with those. Those disposable cameras that printed the picture right after you took it, and then
yes, the
like
one that
took a
Steph
few
was
minutes.
trying to have for our wedding.
Yes, that one. There are people using those. Apparently, there's like a
Polaroid
whole
cameras.
stack of them on the on a table nearby, and currently her and her friends are posing. She is apparently wearing her new bit of jewelry. A sapphire choker, apparently, glinting into the lights, drawing eyes. Some man you don't recognize, flirting with her, maybe. Or maybe that's just your older brother, since his tingling. He just seems to be being friendly, perhaps. Or perhaps not. How much of a stalker are you going to be?
For the most part, Alvin's trying to make sure that things are relatively on the up and up. He's not there to like ruin her dating scene per se, but it is one of those if he starts to like note people acting strangely or maybe a little too possessive.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and share this guy, because he's definitely not from the Rotary Club list, because you know everyone on that Rotary Club by
Yeah,
now.
well, there's probably a bunch of kids in this area. You know, it's one of those things where like he's
He's a
trying to
little
use
bit
this
older
judgment
than a
here.
normal college kid, but not by so much that it's suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyone who seems like particularly close, he's taking note of. But so long as it doesn't seem like belonging in terms of like kindred society, Alvin's mostly just being on observation. Something gets out of hand, people start getting a little too uncomfortably touchy.
Yep, that sort of thing. I understand.
His job is not to ruin her life. His job is to make sure that nobody tries to
So far, there doesn't
whisk
seem to
her
be too
away.
much. So far, for right now, there doesn't seem to be too much of that. Just general party shenanigans and the occasional person you don't recognize chatting with her.
He's gonna have to
Meanwhile,
rely on his gut check, empathy and all that to keep an idea on like who's on the up and up. He's not as
oh, absolutely.
sharp as Olivia is when it comes to people and the occult.
Speaking of Olivia, in the kitchen, or the Devil's Footstool. Oh, let me see. You all were texting each other. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.
The old devil's driveway.
It's the Devil's Footstool.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, Olivia, as you are sending these texts to Ashley, the timer for the oven goes off. And you realize you have to stop both texting her and licking the bowl of the batter because in your focus on the texting, Lyra is eating more of the batter than you are.
I'm throwing her a glare. She needs to share.
Oh, it's not my fault. You're just texting and stuff, and not. You're not going to lick your share. I'm going to lick it.
Well, I gotta get the brownies. You can have the rest.
Yay! Everyone knows the batter's the best part anyway. She says as she darts around the corner.
She sticks her
Or
tongue
her,
out.
her head sticks back out around the said corner, and she sticks her tongue out at you.
Oh, she does that too? I actually was gonna make Olivia do that too. So they could do it at the same time. Oop, there you go. Like sire, like child. But yeah, she's gonna go get the brownies out of the oven.
Brownies.
I think that's what we're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, yep. Brownies were what we said.
Okay.
Now I want brownies. Damn it.
I kind of do too. That actually sounds really good.
I actually made some last week.
Wait,
That's just the typical box stuff, but darn, were they tasty.
Does Olivia do the stupid or does she actually do the right thing?
You have not put any marijuana into them. That wouldn't even work.
No, I was seeing if she was going to take the pan out of the oven without any concern with her hands.
You don't have fortitude, so that would be harmful, yes.
Well, luckily, I went low, so she's going to do the smart thing and actually take it out.
And
With-
therefore, you don't have to take a point of aggravated damage. Wonderful.
Yes. But yeah,
Using the gloves, you pull out the pan. You want to slice into them immediately, of course, as everyone does when they first pull brownies out. But you also know if you start slicing them now, they'll fall apart all over the place.
oh my god, she's just sitting there like, sitting there wanting them, but puts it aside.
I mean, you could make an intelligence crafts check, difficulty 9.
Let's see. I'm gonna do it. Let's see what happens. Oh, come on. Why are you freezing on me? There we go. You said crafts and what?
Intelligence.
Oh, that's something I don't have. Darn. Crafts.
You have to have at least one dot of it, so you can't say you don't have it.
Okay, fine. So.
And I know for a fact there's a dot of craft on your sheet. It's technically for
is.
mechanics, but, whatever.
Oh, a 2. I don't know if that.
3.
3. You remember vaguely hearing from somewhere, you can figure out where yourself, that sometimes you can use a plastic knife with short sawing motions, cut out brownies even when they're relatively fresh out of the oven.
She's doing it.
You have to find a short plastic knife,
Damn
which
it.
would be difficult because, oh wait, no, I'm kidding. It's the Devil's Footstool. There's plastic silverware everywhere.
She's doing it.
Hmm.
She's gonna rummage through that. She's gonna cut it really carefully.
Serves Lyra right for taking most of the batter. Now you're going to get to have the first brownie.
Yep. It's gonna taste so good. It's gonna be victory.
You do have the eat food merit, right?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Enjoy the taste of the brownie that isn't going to taste like ash then.
Yes.
I think most of you have that merit, right?
Yep.
Oh, I
have it.
I think Pius is the only one that doesn't have it.
Hmm.
Oh well, I'm sure Squeakers will appreciate it.
True. She's gonna stick that brownie in her mouth and pretend it's like uber hot. Like, tastes so good.
It is
I
hot,
imagine-
not hot.
Yeah.
Good.
What, Nick?
Was
What?
you were saying something? What were you saying?
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Huh. It's hot, but it's not hot enough to cause any sort of actual damage to you.
Yeah. She's gonna call Lyra, they're done.
Lyra pokes her head around the corner, having heard the distinct sound of someone speaking with their mouth full, and glares at you the glare of "How dare you!" Even though you both know it's a hollow glare.
She swallows the brownie and just sticks her tongue out at her. You may have won the war, or you may have won the battle, but I won the war.
I will get you back for this at some point in the future at an undisclosed time and location. That may or may not be tomorrow. It may or may not be a year from now. It may or may not be when I finally remember after 100 years. But it's going to happen.
Well, I look forward to it. I'm shaking in my boots.
She will steal a knife from you and begin cutting the rest into squares. You going to take some to see your friends?
Mhm.
I've got friends to visit too, so I'll take this pile, you take that pile, and make sure to use one of the cases so they don't spill.
Okay, I can do that.
Have fun,
You too.
she will
I'll see
say,
you later.
and pat you on the head before running off with her half. Well, her half, and stealing one from your tray. Which she
Hey!
shoves in her own mouth.
And Lyra
It's
just
hard to
stops
tell
laughing.
around her mouth, but you get the idea. It's the sense that she's saying "Pay back, some bitch," as she mumbles on the chews on the brownie and runs off around the corner.
Olivia just waves her off, like, whatever.
Olivia, you have a case of brownies and people to go deliver them to.
Yes.
Presumably.
And that is what she's gonna do.
Hmm.
She's gonna...
Meanwhile,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just trying to keep us rotating because we're all separated at the moment and probably will be for a while.
It's okay.
So, back to the chantry. How goes thine practicing pursuits, Ashley?
She gave up. She had to go get ready.
Hmm. And where is she getting ready to go? Or getting ready to be able to go? Or something to that effect.
Take care of Tobias first, deliver him to Pius with a threat.
Oh dear.
Okay. Now it's better.
Hmm. Speaking of Tobias, however. Boop, boop, and boop, 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 boop. There we are. He does eventually return, and he is wearing a Batman costume. Ashley, what am I wearing?
You are a superhero.
What's a
Wait,
superhero?
yeah, I forgot you don't know what superheroes are. So, back in, like, I think it was the 50s, something like that, they created this comic book. It's a book with pictures. Um, that had this guy that is this philanthropist billionaire that dressed up in a costume, which you're currently wearing, and went and beat the shit out of bad guys.
Hmm. Okay.
So, to protect his city, essentially.
Why do I Quartermaster and Valentine pick this one for me? Oh well.
Um, mm, I think I can see why they picked this. You kind of look like Bruce Wayne, which is Batman, which is the guy you're dressed up as. Like
He's a
he was a kid in the beginning of the comic, or at least at some point in the comic, and his parents were shot and killed in the alley behind an opera house in a robbing. So
so it's a tragedy.
it is. I love tragedies. So one of my more favorite comics. Not the favorite, but one of my favorites.
Well, right, I suppose. Well, let's go see what he wants so desperately to meet me out beyond. Wait, which oak tree is it even that he's talking about anyway?
I assume it's the important one of the city. Like a historical
There's an
marker.
important oak tree.
It's a historical marker. So Yeah. The city thinks this tree's important.
Yeah, all right then. Hmm.
But
And with that, he will follow you to wherever y'all are going to go, presumably to requisition a car.
yep. Ashley is definitely gonna get a car. They're not walking that far.
Makes sense. I wouldn't recommend walking that far either. I mean, Pius is, and he's walking by sewer, apparently, instead of, walking above ground and enjoying being a Nosferatu, but, oh well. Opportunities missed. Opportunities missed. Speaking of Pius, however, since that's where you're heading, I do believe that brings us to a random park in the northern part of the city.
It's
Well,
not
not random park,
random.
Washington Park.
How could you?
Is it even on this map, or is this map not big enough to include it?
Should be. It would be.
I realize this is not the most detailed map, and it's kind of zoomed in. Not as zoomed in as my Miami map, mind you.
The Arboretum right here is Washington Park.
Ah, excellent.
Yep, that
In
one's
which
Washington.
case, it's not very far at all. Congratulations.
Yeah. Because if we said that the Daily Bagel was somewhere south of University District.
Somewhere around there, maybe. Or
Yeah.
there. I remember being on the southwestern edge, or near enough.
Yeah. But yeah, Arboretum is just like tree farm.
Mm-hmm. Pius, you're waiting at the tree, and you see a car pulling up.
Uh, in the park.
In the park, yes.
Oh shit! All right. I get to see this car rolling down on the walking trails.
Oh, okay, not the walking trail. Sorry, the parking lot. I guess nearest. I don't know. I don't know what the scene
There he
looks like.
is, driving through the walking lane.
Okay. Oh, like what? That one commercial, that one Fourth of July commercial, where George Washington's riding in a modern day car, riding down the redcoats.
Mm.
Pius would
But
smirk and
also,
head towards them,
Mhm.
bag in hand with eggs in bag.
out pops Tobias in a little Batman costume, and Ashley alongside. What is Ashley wearing anyway?
She is wearing she's repurposed her old costume. It's like now looks like a torn up fallen angel costume. I'll put it in chat. Hold on.
Yeah, I see it. You got like one dark wing, one white wing.
Something like that. I just hit enter, damn it. There we go. I didn't want to have to describe
Alvin's
the
just
whole damn
walking
thing.
around clad in knight armor.
No, he's MacGyver.
Salvin's going around as MacGyver.
I didn't know that Ashley was going to be here too. Pius would say to Tobias.
Well, I didn't even know what you meant. Also, it's much later than 7. I don't think any of us get up as early as 7. Out of character, Alvin absolutely does.
Pius would he'd think about that for a minute, and be like, "Yeah, I was probably thinking. I don't know. I'm still new to this, so 7 is still like when I'm used to being awake. So I probably just naturally roll 7.
But what's egging houses?
Oh, yeah. And he'll grab his bag and pull out some eggs, and he'll hand Tobias the bag and say, "You'll need this for things, so hang on to it."
Okay. I guess. Thank you for bringing me, Ashley. I suppose I'll be figuring out what all this is.
Are you coming with Ashley?
Absolutely not. And if something happens to him, you're going to become the next definition of a 40-watt Nosferatu. So treat him well, return him in one piece without any issues from the prince. Understood?
No. All right, Tobias. We are off to.
The joke's on you. He likes he likes furry stuff.
We're gonna head towards East John Street, and we're gonna knock on doors that have porch lights on.
Oh dear. Tobias just doesn't seem to process that, but we'll follow you.
And as we're
You
walking
walk
there,
towards the
he's
street.
gonna lean and be like, "All right." And when we go to these doors with the porch lights on, I'm gonna stand on the sidewalk, and you're gonna walk up to that door and knock, and they're gonna open the door.
Okay.
And when they open the door, you say "trick or treat," and you have to yell it.
Why
And
do I
then
have to
they're
yell
gonna
it?
give. I don't know. That's just what kids do. I think. I mean, I used to watch kids all the time come to my foster home, and they would always shout out "trick or treat," and then the foster parents would throw shit in their bag, and they just get stuff for free.
Why would I want them to throw feces in my bag?
Oh, it's the good kind of shit. Trust me. Wait,
He
out of
looks at you
character. Can
very
Tobias
weirdly.
eat candy?
You haven't asked.
Oh shit. All right. Well, we'll find this out. This
Let me
is
dig
going to
out
be
my old
fun.
merits and flaws list for him.
Oh, the joys this night's gonna bring this young boy.
Don't you mean you living vicariously through him?
Of course, but still.
um, you better
Pice
not make
wouldn't
me
do
regret
anything
this.
if it didn't have any type of gain to it.
And Tobias will go up to the door, knock, shout the requisite phrase, but it's off pitch, and he has no idea why he's doing it. It sounds more like a question than it does like the yelled statement for most kids.
Oh, a little Batman Tobias.
Little
But
Batman
nonetheless,
Tobias.
he does get candy thrown into his bucket.
And Pius would stand there and just wave his hand, like gesturing him to come to him, like quickly. It's like, now the cool part. And he grabs an egg, and he'll hand it to Tobias, and he'll look around both ways and check and see if there's anyone near them that can see them.
There are people up and down the street. Some, in fact, are gathering around you, looking at your magnificent costume.
Even
You know,
better.
the one where
Pius
you have like that. You have all that weird, ugly, grotesque features and stuff from being an Nosferatu.
would kind of like do like the whole like 180 side to side gaze at the people staring at them, and he'll put his finger to his mouth doing the hush thing, and he'll hand Tobias the egg, and he'll say, "Now throw it as hard as you can at that door." And Pius will also grab an egg, and he'll count to 3. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Throw it, and they throw the eggs at the door. Well,
They
he
throw
throws his
the
egg.
eggs at the door.
Now run, and he'll grab Tobias by the arms, and we run.
You don't even see if the eggs hit. You are grabbing Tobias by his little arm and dragging him off, looking like
Oh,
some
and
sort of kidnapper, possibly. But onto the next house you go.
Pius will be screaming out with laughter, like, "Ah, that was sweet."
I don't know what we did,
We
or
threw an
why
egg
we did
at a
it,
door.
or why we did it.
And this is how he's going to carry on the night.
Hmm.
trying to fill his bag with candy, and afterwards throwing an egg and running just with joy.
Running with joy, you are, I
Well,
suppose.
Pius anyway. I don't know about Tobias running with joy, but Pius is just absolutely loving this. It's his first time trick or treating.
So on your night continues. But meanwhile, elsewhere, on the same night, someone is doing some sister stalking. Alvin, how goes it? You've been watching her for a while. Occasionally she dances, occasionally she drinks. But the house is crowded, and even you can't avoid, well, perhaps you can, some of the negative side effects of being at a crowded frat house party.
What are those negative effects?
Oh, a frat bro dressed as a gladiator, bumping into you, spilling beer on you, and seeming to be upset about the fact you wasted his cup of beer, bro.
Yeah, he's not worried about that. He's not worried about that at all. He knows what goes on at these places. He's not the uptight Ventru that most of his other clan members are.
Man, why couldn't you get out of the way, man? Gotta get me a new cup now. Goodness. At least it wasn't all over my costume. Ah!
Al's just smiling and just, keep it on the down low. He's not really aiming to cause problems. Might even, quote unquote, get a beer and drink it himself, even though he knows it's not going to do anything for him, just to make sure he's, seeming to blend in.
Make me a perception alertness check. Difficulty 8.
We'll go ahead and spend yet again another willpower point on this.
Spend, spend, spend. What'd you get?
2.
Hmm.
I was full up,
A little bit
so...
of eavesdropping. You're getting a little bit better at tuning out the music. Tells you that those in Allison's group seem to be having plans to join a bar crawl. And possibly a club crawl to go with it. Apparently they have a special invite from Julian, who's there with them. An additional reward, perhaps, for their work on the fundraiser.
Julian looks like he comes from money, then?
No, I posted his picture earlier. One moment.
You did. But, it was
He definitely has a nice
sophisticated.
costume, but
Yeah.
you can't really tell much beyond that.
But he definitely seems to be the individual seeming to steer their actions this evening.
So it would seem, yes.
Hmm.
Although he seems to be spending more time schmoozing with one of Allison's friends, Emma, about recent events, though he keeps Allison nearby as well, and compliments on how nice that choker looks on her.
Mhm. Alvin may wait for a decent opportunity in order to single out Julian at some point where it looks natural. But it is one of those. I have a curious question. When it comes to
Of
the power of
course.
command, could this be something where Alvin might be able to invoke the man to speak the truth?
That would be mesmerize.
Would it?
And this edition, that would potentially work. It would not in, say, V5, because they nerf dominate quite heavily. That said, also with how many successes did you get? 2?
2.
Hmm. You hear the sounds of some rather pleasurable moans behind you. A glance shows that one of the party girls is currently, well, making out with a vaguely familiar face, who is currently about to, who actually is, sinking their fangs into her neck. One Nosferatu enjoying the night party life, it would seem.
Hmm.
He just seems
Alvin's,
to notice you and gives you a wink.
yeah, Alvin's not going to interrupt this fun.
Just as he doesn't seem to be at all inclined to interrupt yours, but the presence is noted.
And is very helpful in a pinch if need be.
You have perhaps, based on what they're talking about, half an hour before they begin their crawl. Seems to be largely related to making sure they round up everyone from wherever they all disperse to, because they've been
Mhm.
here for a little while.
Indeed. See how this
Right now,
works.
for reference, it's probably getting closer to 10-ish,
Right.
or perhaps 10:15. Which means the party is only now getting into full swing, but the Rotary Club will probably leave before it gets into full swing to enjoy their own little bit of fun, perhaps. Is there anything you would like to do before time progresses?
I'm just reading real quick.
Oh, your new thing?
No. Mostly just double checking how Mesmerize functions.
hmm Mesmerize is one of the single most versatile discipline powers for its rank in the entire, Masquerade game, at least in this edition.
Curious. Maybe I've not given it its chops that it deserves.
There's a reason why they implemented so many restrictions into how Dominate plays out in 5th edition.
Hmm. Well, I think I read the line of like, if you mesmerize somebody, you tend to want to like get rid of that person. So,
Not really.
because they like know that they've kind of been messed with.
I'll have to reread it, but I don't remember that being a thing.
Or maybe that was something later. Maybe it was presence. Entrancement what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. The presence effects, like, they'll usually remember afterwards. Dominate, not necessarily. And in this case, no.
Okay. Yeah, then
Do note that both you and your target must be free from distraction for Mesmerize to work.
mm-hmm.
Mesmerize can't be used in combat, for example.
Right. It would be one of those things where like he's kind of appealed to, or Julian's kind of like made his way away from the group for a bit, and Alvin would try to garner his attention for a minute to, be it compliment or be it to weave his suggestion.
Hmm. Very well. Trying to catch Julian away from the rest of the group. Let's see. Do you wait for him to try and separate naturally or with one of the others to be able to talk to him, or do you try and engineer such a situation?
I think for now I'm going to play it naturally. So that way it doesn't seem like anything was off. I want to leave the girls to their merriment. And Julian
All right,
seems
I'm gonna
like
make a
an
private roll.
obvious individual.
Is high or low good for you?
We'll keep it with highs are good.
Sadly,
said,
in the next 15 minutes, you will not get such an opportunity.
That's fine. There will be other places amongst the crawl.
Hmm. Now I gotta get caught up in reading everyone's messages, apparently.
Mm-hmm. And every time we change location, Alvin will be updating his coterie members just in case.
So they know where to go if you need help, or I guess if they need help, depending.
Correct.
Dead mother's got a dead mother. I understand.
Oh, it's less about den mothering for them, but more in the event that, like, he sends a, like, SOS, so to speak, you know? They know where to rendezvous.
So you're putting up the bat signal for the coterie?
Not at the moment. I'm mostly just keeping you...
he's like groundwork in case he does need to put up the bat signal.
There we go.
Mhm.
Fair.
I want you guys
Yeah,
to
what-
enjoy your holiday, but
I
at
should have
that...
stuck a squeakers to your back. God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, that can be a thing, I suppose. Meanwhile, though, where's Olivia heading with her batch of brownies?
Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to respond to Anna.
Technically, Pius, you could send me Comstock because he can fly as the crow flies. You are
hope
getting
that-
his messages.
I hope that makes sense. Sorry, Anna.
Do I know where
You're
you would
good.
be at?
Yeah, I'm sending you messages of where I'm going and like
then yeah,
where
I
I'm heading.
I could totally send Comstock.
I guess she will briefly stop by the catacombs, just to drop off a couple brownies, see if anyone wants any or can have any.
You're going where?
Catacombs real quick, just to drop stuff off, and then take brownies to the coterie. She's not gonna stay long at the catacombs. She's gonna.
Well, you know for a fact there are mortals down in the catacombs, particularly amongst the occult. So, at the very least, even if others can't, there will be someone that can enjoy them down there.
Yeah.
But if you are then moving on to meet up with the coterie, who are you trying to meet first? Ashley? Or Pius, who's out with Tobias?
Nah, she's not gonna intrude on Pius and Tobias. They need their alone time.
You're going to give into your native voyeuristic tendencies and join Alvin and his sister stalking. I understand.
That actually kind of sounds like fun too. I kind of want to stalk his sister. I want to know where that necklace came from. I have an
Same.
inkling, obviously, but as a
Same.
player,
Yeah,
but-
you know where he's at.
well, that's where she's gonna go because that's a mystery to her.
All right, Olivia with a case of brownies, heading to the frat house at the moment. And in fact, she's probably there right as Alvin's leaving to follow the Rotary Club on the start of their little bar crawl. So you see Alvin in a MacGyver costume. Speaking of which, what costume is Olivia wearing?
Her lost sock in the dryer dimension.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the. I changed her profile picture. It's up
Yeah,
there.
some people do look at you as if they're trying to puzzle out where that's from before inevitably giving up.
That's probably a
Like
good
people,
thing.
like the people that try and figure out where their lost socks went, that sort of thing. That's entirely doable.
Oh man!
But you
what was
find
the-
Alvin getting ready to hop into his car to follow after other cars that are leaving. You better hurry if you want to catch him.
Oh, she's bolting. She's holding those brownies tight and bolting to him. By the way, she is
Alvin, you see,
wearing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Alvin, you see
Oh.
a missing sock carrying a tray of brownies heading your way at rocket speed.
Oh man, am I glad to see this.
Is he already in the car?
He's like sidling up to get into the car, I'd imagine.
Oh, she's fucking tackling you.
Are you gonna risk the brownies?
Yes.
Oh no,
Oh no.
not the brownies.
They're innocent.
She's excited. She doesn't. As much as she
Oh.
was trying to be careful with the brownies, she's excited to see you.
All right. Let's see. What should we do here with this? Balancing, catching things, or presumably at least sliding them onto the hood of the car so they don't fall. Perhaps.
I think she
But-
could do that. Try
I
that.
see
Your
Like-
choice of
lunge-
your choice of dexterity or wits plus athletics.
Oh god, I don't have athletics. I need to go get a dot in that.
I would be
Um,
okay to also join in on this dice roll to assist the stabilizing of the of the Malkavian glomp.
Delicious chocolate. Yes, sure.
I guess I'll just do dexterity and athletics since I already have that up. What's the difficulty?
For this, from you, difficulty
Yeah.
7 because you don't care.
And what's Alvin got to roll?
I got a 1 success.
He got 2.
How do I
You got
have
2.
2?
You
But in
fa-
order to fully save the brownies, you need 3. So, Alvin, it's up to you to save them. Only you can finish saving them. Only you can balance them so they land on the hood of the car. As for what roll for that, I am open to suggestions.
I mean, I'm okay with dexterity athletics as well, considering that like
Excellent. From you, though, it will be difficulty 6 because you actually care.
I've also tried to just stabilize my friend who's tried to glop me, which I've seen this before, and now I'm expecting.
I want to let you know she is wearing shorts underneath that hoodie. She's not retarded, so
Makes sense.
she does have black shorts under there.
We got the one success we needed. The brownies are safe.
Just
And the
full
glomp
CL.
is received.
Ouch.
Brownies be praised.
Hey, Olive, what are you doing on this side of town already?
I got your text. Can I stalk your sister? Sorry.
I'm MacGyver. MacGyver doesn't have siblings in this universe.
Oh, so you're a lost sock too. Got it.
Sure. Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have inhuman super abilities that, like, I can't even fathom to understand. Other than you're awesome, right?
Sure, if that's what you want to go, I guess.
Yeah. You know how we can share some of those?
Uh-huh.
I know you had offered in the past, but now I'm really kicking myself for not having accepted earlier.
Oh, you want me to do your hair?
Yeah.
That would probably have honestly been better for earlier, but that's actually not what I'm asking for.
You want me to show you how to make brownies? I'm sorry, what are we talking about?
The brownies will actually be helpful because they look delicious. I didn't know you baked.
Lyra's teaching me.
Ah, well, I have places to be and to follow, and yes, you can certainly join, but being able to hear people a little better would honestly be fantastic right now.
Oh, you want supersonic bat hearing. I gotcha. Well, if you want it, I'm happy to oblige. If
Gotta
you
taste
would
it.
teach me dominate.
This is agreeable. I can settle for this. Brownie for a brownie, then.
I like it. Deal.
Hmm.
He's
You may
going
begin your
to
exchange.
take a small little, X-Acto knife he's got in his pocket for some of the kit of the random things that MacGyver's going to be using, and look at the brownies. Motion for him for Olivia to get in the vehicle so we can follow after his erstwhile sister, and we
go
can
ahead.
add blood to the brownies.
She grabs the brownies and quickly opens the driver door if it's not already open and slides across the driver's seat to the passenger seat.
There was a door on the other side, right?
What's the fun in that?
You know what? You're right. Tonight's about fun.
I do that in real life, by the way, when me and Nick switch seats. I don't like getting out of the car if I don't have to.
So, he sidles into the car and, doses one of the brownies for Olivia if she'll do the same for him.
Pretty much, yeah. She's gonna do the same thing.
We can clank brownies together and turn on some rock and roll on the way as we follow.
I like this idea.
As a special ignoring of my usual rules, I will allow you to spend your 10 experience mid-session to each acquire your first thought in those disciplines.
Okay.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and mark you off on each of those handouts. Lovely things, that. And edit. Now 3 players have obfuscate and 3 players have auspex. Ain't that lovely?
Wait, what do you mean all players have obfuscate?
I said 3 players have obfuscate and 3 players have auspex.
Ah, yeah.
I didn't say
First-
there were saying 3 players.
Remind me, it's 10 points, right?
Yeah.
Yep, 10.
There we go. Cool. In the experience budget.
And I'll update mine at the end of session.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I
you
also need to make
posted.
new handouts for those of you that got other things, like Olivia and Pius. Oh,
Yeah.
and Ashley's new paths, I suppose.
I like that.
But that is a matter for later.
I didn't realize you switched Ashley's costume. That looks a lot like a little bit more Halloweenish. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That one came out better.
Anyway, sorry.
Alrighty, let me move on to I believe Ashley. Where is Ashley heading?
She's just wandering the streets. She's in those
Wander.
particular areas.
Wander,
She's
wander,
just
wander.
tagging, doing that type of Halloween shenanigans. Watching the
Tagging or tagging?
like tagging walls, watching kids run around, just
Graffiti.
enjoying the the sounds of Halloween.
You know, if life had been gone differently for you and you had never been embraced, heck, you might have a toddler running around right now.
Yeah, she probably would. If not two.
Who's to say? But you know what they say about them Italian families, I suppose. In any case,
Ah.
that is neither here nor there, and that will never be now. Certainly not. But you
Yeah,
are
this-
going about and doing tagging. Are you sure there's nowhere specific you would like to go
She's
beyond your things?
she'd be heading towards the cemetery. In her
Heading
tagging.
towards the cemetery.
Yep.
Understood. I will bring us to the cemetery on the next cycle through.
Yep.
But for now, I believe we need to get caught up with Pius and Tobias to make sure that there has been no particularly shifty things going on, because I've been seeing some rather weird messages on the wall. Something about a haunted house, I believe.
Yeah.
Pius, what's going on, buddy?
earlier when everything else was happening, they went into a haunted house, and Pius told Toby that if anything were to pop out at him, he would punch them in the face so they wouldn't scare him. And upon entering, he instantly switched roles and put Toby in front of him and pushed him forward to make sure
Letting
he
him
got
face
jumped on
tank
it.
all the jump scares.
Yes. Halfway through, he pulled out some eggs and taught Toby to predict the foot patterns of like where people are going to step. Kind of like remembering how to like not trigger like alarms and stuff like that, but using it for the base sense of fun. And
As
he's
you leave that house, there's the sound of someone stepping on one of those, and there's loud cursing to be heard.
and this is when Piasa goes, and that's when you know the objective's complete, and they start running down the road.
I still don't understand what we're doing.
He would abruptly stop Toby and go, "By the way, can you eat candy?"
Is this a physical can thing, or do you mean like I mean, 'cause I have hands, I can shovel things in my mouth.
Like, you won't get sick if you eat like sugar and man-made candy, like treats
We
and
don't get
sweets.
sick.
Oh, can you taste it?
You mean instead of it tasting like ash?
Yes.
I think so, but I don't really practice that part much.
He will reach into a bag and pull out a lifesaver. Open it up and plop it in Toby's mouth. What does that
And
taste?
now you're a creepy looking guy giving a kid candy, like
Yes.
directly into his mouth, like some kind of creep.
Eyes wide and mouth just open, trying to gesture the same motion that his mouth's gonna make. You know how those some people will like watch people eat and they'll motion it as they eat? Like Pius
Are you
is like
serious?
doing this.
Trying to do some sort of weird, creepy version of "Here Comes the Choo Choo Train"?
Yes.
Your action does catch him off guard, and you will get the candy into his mouth. But after that, he does make a face, presumably at the unwashed taste of your finger that typically travels through the sewer.
What does it taste like?
I don't even want to know.
Is it sweet?
Dude, wash your hands.
Oh. And he'll look at his hands and I am so sorry. Oh my god. I did not even think about this. And he just starts like wiping his hands on his dress. I mean on his shirt. Which is also covered in filth. I mean, if you don't like it, I have a good idea for the candy.
I didn't even taste it. All there was in my mouth was just.
I'll grab the bag and put it up to him and be like, then pick one of your own and try it with your own pristine little fingers.
And I think I want a breath mint. Maybe some mouthwash. Maybe.
He'll reach into the bag and pull out one of those mint life savers. You open this and try it. It's a mint.
He tries and cleans off the packaging, smudged with something from your fingers, and will eventually pop it into his mouth and seem to relax a little bit, though he is still looking at you like, what the fuck, dude?
So you can taste. This is so cool. All right. Well, yeah. You keep the candy. I was going to give it to an orphanage of kids, but you keep it. You earned it. Now let's go. And they start racing to more houses.
On and on you go to fill up a bucket.
Yes.
See, this is one of the tricks I picked up as a kid. You never used a bucket. You brought a pillowcase.
Yep. You
Because
bring a pillowcase.
you could fit much more candy in a pillowcase than you could a bucket.
Yep. Our
And when you
kids
got
take
tired of carrying it,
pillowcases.
you could like basically rope it over your shoulder so it was easier to carry.
Oh yeah. You gotta bring the soft fabric one because those like silk ones don't stretch.
Ah, memories, memories, and yes, some more memories.
Yes. Yes, this is all very fun for Pius.
I'm sure. Living vicariously through another kid. Are you sure you're
Yes.
not like some creepy old uncle? Because that's what it seems like you're
He's
getting to.
totally the creepy uncle right now.
I hope by creepy uncle you're going for Fester rather than something else. In
Yes,
any
yeah,
case.
like the one that tries to be all hip and cool and like tries to act like a kid himself.
So Fester.
Because he just yeah. Yeah, not the like show me on the doll where you touched you.
Yeah, that was where it was going, yes. I mean to just shove your fingers in a kid's mouth. But I digress. Onwards and onwards. Candy shenanigans and sister stalking voyeurism, depending on your poison. Speaking of which, for Olivia and Alvin in the car, sharing blood-laced brownie sweets. You continue telling Allison and her group through a series of bars and the like, all seeming to compete with some sort of ongoing street party. Apparently, this crawl is somewhat semi-organized. There are thousands of costume students and locals weaving between bars, clubs, and pop-up events. Street vendors sell glow sticks and food, while cops patrol the area, trying to keep some sort of rein on the chaos. Allison's group hops first into a dive bar by the name of the Rusty Nail, apparently. There's some sort of story there, you're sure. The streets are chaotic, with costumes, zombies, superheroes, etc., and competing music from the various bars. Halloween decor, skulls, fake blood, sets a vaguely spooky fun tone. Allison's group, however, is slightly tipsy, laughing as they navigate the crowd. One of them, Sophia, Alvin thinks her name is, trails behind uneasy, while another stays closer to Allison, her choker sparkling under the streetlights. You follow, now out of the car, using the crowd for cover, but risk losing Allison. So you're going to need to track her through the crowd.
Hmm.
Fortunately, you brought the Super Senses girl with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Very fortunately.
Speaking of which, perception alertness, difficulty 9, and you may subtract your Auspex ratings from this as normal. So for Alvin, this becomes 8, and for Olivia, this becomes 4.
So, Olivia,
Nine.
explain this. How do you exactly get your senses to just do what they do?
I guess I just concentrate like I'm constipated.
Yes.
Really? That's it? No special activation or.
I don't know. I do it.
Huh.
Just kind of like,
Out of character, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, it's probably like peeing or like pooping. Like you just know how to do it.
Oh my
I,
god.
Olivia
So
just shrugs at Alvin. She's like, I don't really know. It just natural. It just comes on.
Huh. All right. Tries to sit there and focus in and put this to new use. This is going to be strange for him.
Yeah, you'll get used to it.
Your first attempt, however, will blare things too loud, too bright, and too sharp. Of course.
Of course.
You're somewhat dazed from this, mind you.
Yeah, he is
Not
going to
enough
go
to
ahead.
hinder you. You're kind of like playing with the volume settings on a device that you have no knowledge of how to work.
Add willpower.
That's your third tonight.
Yep. I have a mission tonight, and this is the one thing that he's not willing to like try to fuck up.
Of course.
But with that, that is 4 successes.
So 4 successes for Alvin. And a bunch. 6 for Olivia, because she's at difficulty 4. Look at all those damn 4s, man. Look at all those damn 4s.
Oh, damn.
Oh, there's so many damn 4s. I find that hilarious for some reason.
I also find the picture of like this moment going like they're like in the crowd in the dive bar, and it's like you just got Alvin in a MacGyver outfit and Olivia who stands like about a foot shorter than him in like her little different from the sock dimension outfit, and it's like two polar opposite of like costumes, but somehow they fit together in this like mid 90s mix of Halloween costumes. Like, this is what would be expected of this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 90s Halloween, I'm telling you.
I love it.
In another party setting, this would be totally just know why, what is going on. But for Halloween, all is right.
Wait until next session.
All is right. One moment, I need to send someone something. Just to make sure they have it. Olivia, you got mail. I'm just
Yep.
sending you the thing from earlier. So, you have it there.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I do every time I do this.
Yes. I love it.
I'm sending her the written copy of her prophetic dream from earlier.
Ah, yes. Yes.
She will discuss that next session with everybody. It's Halloween, like Lyra said.
Mhm.
That can be talked about
Yes. You can worry about troubling visions later.
Mhm.
Later. But for right now, the two of you. Oh, what? If I like you guys Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee's website. Okay. When did Bruce Lee die again?
Uh,
Was it the 80s? Early 90s?
Good question. Probably can figure it out pretty damn quick.
Like 90. I think it was in the 90s. Like early 90s, I think.
He died in 73.
Oh, wow. Way earlier.
Wow. Really?
Yep.
Holy crap.
And then his son, Brandon Lee, died in 93.
Yeah, no one in his family ever lives to see a sequel.
Hello.
Just weird. It also really strikes home how old Chuck Norris is. I think Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee did a movie together.
Damn.
Like a long ass time ago, obviously. The one time Chuck Norris will ever played a bad guy. I'm sorry, give me a moment. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to get a soda.
And I'm going to take this opportunity to just be a little shit.
You don't need that opportunity. That's every day.
Ah, shut the fuck up. We're going to Snap Zone tomorrow, and I got to learn how to play skee ball.
Nice.
It's fun. I like skee ball.
I like skee ball too.
Is skee-ball the thing where is that air hockey table, or am I thinking?
No,
I
you
know.
roll the ball up the ramp and you try to get it into one of the holes that's in there, and you
Oh,
get
for the
points for it.
tickets. The
Yeah.
games for the tickets. Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Chad keeps beating me, and every time I think, oh look, I got higher than my last score, and I look over and he's 10 times higher than his last score, and I want to punch his bald head.
It's all about mastering the flick of the wrist and the amount of oomph you decide to put into a roll.
True. Let's just
I wanna
say
bowl.
like I think the kid was like 4 or 5, beat me.
Yeah.
A toddler beat me.
Damn.
Anyway,
A
bathroom
fucking
break for real this time.
Sorry.
Grabbing a soda. You're okay.
Mm,
I don't care. I'm going to Zap Zone as much as I can because I'm bored of being inside.
Me too.
Too hot to go out though.
You
Well-
shut your goddamn traitorous mouth.
Well, you don't have to go. Like that's why I just go to like Zap Zone or Barnes and Noble or walk around the mall because it's cool. I'm
True.
not walking in the heat. Fuck that.
Yeah, I would do it, but it's too far away.
Okay, that's fair. You don't really have the luxury.
Yeah, we have a Walmart, and then we have creepers at the Walmart.
Yeah, no.
Like the other day, David almost killed someone.
What?
Was someone creeping on your kids?
Oh yeah.
He kinda.
That's creepy.
The guy invited me
Good
and
job, David.
Pandora to a Diddy party.
What the fuck?
Yup.
Wait. David? Did you kill them?
With Pandora there and being in the store, I didn't want to like teach Pandora like the
Okay,
wrong
I have
way
to
handle it.
retract my good job, David, because clearly he's still alive. Then
But I know who they look like and I know where they hang out, so
Why would they come up and say that?
they didn't see. I know he didn't see me there because I was behind a sign. The moment I turned around, like he literally changed the tone of his fucking voice.
Uh-huh.
He was like, "Oh fuck."
Yup.
I'm back. Oh wait, no, crap. I forgot. I didn't grab my soda. 1 second.
I'm so sick of people.
I wasn't
being-
able to. Someone was in there. So.
So I looked at him right in the face. I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just trying to ask people if they want to go to a Diddy party." I was like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, he does realize that people know what that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Wait, what?
That one kid that tried to invite Anna and Pandora to a Diddy party.
Oh no, no.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
You didn't
Yeah,
tell
at
him?
Walmart. I think Nick was there when I was telling everyone at Midstays.
No.
Oh, I thought you were
Nope.
out there.
What the fuck? No, I'm not out there anymore a lot.
No, I thought you were grabbing something from the counter.
Yeah, no clue what you're talking about, dude.
Oh, yeah, we were at Walmart and some just kid walked up and was like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to a Diddy party?" And didn't know I was there because I was behind a sign on the other side of this rack or this bin. And he was asking Anna and Pandora this. And I was like, I looked and I kind of like turned around and looked at him, and like he noticed I was there. And then I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then he was like, I'm just asking people if they want to go to a Diddy party." And I was like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here." And then he walked away with his little friends and shit. And I was trying to meet him outside of the store, but if we didn't really meet up at the same time. So I'm just hoping to see him again.
Just remember, bury him more than 6 feet under.
Oh yeah.
And then put an animal on top of that. Or just feed him to a pig farm.
Or just scare him so he can go back home to his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that those kids got very lucky that Pan was there because it would have been different if it was just Anna there.
Well, I'm glad you were there to handle it. I'm
Yeah.
sure Anna would have done something herself if you hadn't been there. But yeah, I'm glad you were there.
Yeah, I'm not scared to be that way around like Anna, but not my kids. I won't be that guy around them.
Still, that's probably shouldn't be by this point, but it's always shocking to hear about real life stories about crap like that.
Mhm.
What drink did you get, Nick?
Oh, just some RC because that's what Steph bought.
E.
I really need to get myself a case of that. It's been a while.
Their grave sites are in Seattle.
I think they're Memorial and maybe gravesite.
Oh, I see.
Because I'm pretty sure Bruce Lee's probably buried in China. That's where he died.
Well,
But I sent a picture of it.
time to ask the AI. One moment.
Man,
great and powerful AI.
Brandon Lee's mom was white.
I assume. I don't fucking know.
Huh. It's fine. That's cool.
Bruce Lee is buried at Lakeview Cemetery in Seattle, Washington. His grave is located in the southeast section near the crest of a hill alongside his son, Brandon Lee.
All right, so they are buried together.
Nice.
I'm trying to figure
And
out
yeah,
where
his
that
mom-
is in terms of Seattle.
Right next to the Arbitrarium, whatever.
Yeah, by the
okay.
Washington Park.
It's
Yeah.
in the Volunteer Park.
Oh, okay.
It's connected. It's a massive park. That whole area is like one
No,
giant like park.
The one that you were at and the one that she's going to is separate.
Yeah,
like,
but they are close by.
20 blocks.
Yeah, I think there's like a little like suburb there. Because I'm looking at the Google Maps.
Yes, there's a suburb between the two. And another park. Interlaken Park.
Mm-hmm. It's all like connected. Yeah.
Either way, that's where she's going.
I guess we will pick things up with Ashley while I wait for my own turn to use the damn bathroom. So,
Oh, wow.
Ashley, I guess you arrive at the cemetery.
Mhm.
I do have a
Ashley?
cemetery to use. Yay!
Yay!
Get to use it again.
Ha 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 ha.
Cemetery is quiet. Not many people here tonight. Are you seeking a grave in particular?
She'd probably, go past Brandon Lee's grave, pay respects, and then continue on to park herself near a mausoleum.
Were you a fan of his?
The Crow, so yes.
Oh, right. He was in that movie, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. He was Eric.
Eric Draven.
Mm-hmm. He was the main character. He's the one that died
I
due to
I
a
still need to
bullet.
watch that movie, so that's why
Great
I
movie.
don't know
Watch
that.
all of them. Like they'll get cheesy by 3, but they're still good.
There's 4 of them.
Mhm.
Oh, but
Which movie series again?
Huh?
3's the one with the inmate, I think.
Which
Yeah.
movie series?
The
Oh,
Crow.
The Crow.
Mm.
See, I didn't even know it was a series.
Oh, yeah. There's the
Hmm.
Crow, and there's the Crow City of Angels, the Crow something, and then another one that features, I think,
One of them Salvation, and then
Salvation. Yeah, the one that features the dude from Tokyo Drift.
Fair.
Hmm.
Vegas,
After you
Tokyo
pay
Drift.
respects to Brandon Lee's grave, where do you go to in the graveyard? Do you seek solitude or something specific?
kind of solitude, but yeah, if she finds a mausoleum, that's where she's gonna go plant herself.
She's a plant man.
She might as
I
well
guess
fucking be.
I guess thaumaturgy can make you a lot of different things, but man.
can't quite duplicate full-on necromancy yet. Hmm.
Whippoorwill.
Oh wait, one moment. Someone's knocking.
Oh, he plays as Edward Fairlong? That's the number 4? Oh, what the hell?
Oh, for the fourth Crow movie.
Yeah, Edward Fairlong's in a lot of movies.
Hmm.
He was John Connor in fucking Terminator 2. The boy.
Mhm.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yep, Salvation and Wicked Prayer. Wicked Prayer was the one that's down near the
Wicked
border.
Prayer has the dude that plays as John. Yeah, yep. And number
Hmm.
3. I'm trying to figure out what number 3
But
is.
as you settle yourself into your mausoleum and start presumably setting out some sort of implements,
Mm-hmm.
make me a perception alertness check.
Oh.
Difficulty 7.
Dice. Perception, alertness, difficulty 7. 1 success.
It takes you a moment, but eventually you realize you're being watched.
Yes.
She'll look in the direction that she feel like she's being watched.
She's not the person watching you isn't that far away. You are very focused after all. About 10 feet away from you, just outside the mausoleum, stands a woman you don't recognize, wearing what appears to be Victorian funerary garb. Watching you.
Hmm.
Ashley will kind of tilt her head at her and be like, I didn't expect to see anyone else out here.
Not even graveyards are entirely alone, child, she says, and though you've never seen her before, you definitely recognize her voice.
You're Dr. Thorne's friend.
Friend may be perhaps a strong word, but allies in certain affairs, certainly.
Huh. Is, just, well, Tobias probably wouldn't know that you're out here. He's out running around with Tobias right now.
Is that what he's up to? I figured the entire clan was off having fun, so it made sense. I mean, it's not often we are allowed to come out like this. No?
Must be a fun night for you guys. Or at least for Pius.
I'm sure it is for them. My version of fun is unlikely to be the same as theirs.
Ashley will kind of like just start scanning around. So, there a reason you were watching me?
Ah, I just don't normally see others, particularly those of your blood, sneaking around here.
Mm.
Not to imply you're doing anything wrong, or at least anything that I think is wrong.
Which portion of my blood? The Tremere aspect or the lineage aspect?
Definitely the Tremere aspect.
Oh. Well,
I'm sure the other side of you would love to come around here. But they seem unable to regularly leave their haven anymore for fear of for some level of paranoia. I wonder why.
that's good to know. They're still scared. Means I'm a little bit more at peace.
She seems to crouch down next to you. You notice that the entire time she's talking, though, she uses that fan of hers to cover her mouth.
She won't. Ashley won't pry on the fan. Kind of fits her attire.
Oh, cool.
What do you plan to do tonight?
I was gonna do a bit of scrying. It's
Hmm.
one of those nights of remembrance. I mean, I'm surrounded by the dead. It's one of the most comforting places to be.
Certainly find some sort of at ease here. We've spent a great deal of time in such places, especially back in my mortal years.
I did too.
Well, I hope you find what you seek. But just know, whatever it is you're looking for, you might not be prepared when you find it. If you find it. Take care, child of Dr. Thorne.
Um, you as well. Thank you. And she'll
It's Lynette, she says as she walks away.
have a good night, Lynette.
Once more left here lonesome, there is only the task at hand.
Mhm.
And who are you going to try to scry?
She's gonna scry Connor.
Of course. I'll make a roll myself, but you still need to make your ritual activation roll.
Which is
Do you recall the difficulty we set for that?
Detect magic.
what was that, Andrew?
Or do you recall the difficulty we've set for that?
It's set at 5 right now. With a modifier.
Why?
I don't know. That's what it was left at. I don't know what it's supposed to be at. I know the
One moment.
modifier's at 1 and then the difficulty's at 5 right now.
Okay, let me see. It is an occult ritual. I mean, it's like a intelligence occult roll.
Mhm.
Base difficulty should be 3 plus the level of the ritual, so 7. But let me go look at familiar things. If I can find it. Forget when I go back to looking at it and page 133, that's where the chart is. Okay. Basically 7, but the target's name written on a piece of picture. I mean, recently written on a piece of paper is, I believe, what you had,
Mm-hmm.
which would put it up at +5. So for this roll, you were at difficulty 9, which is, I believe, where the ritual caps at. Or this effect caps at.
Mm-hmm.
So intelligence occult, difficulty 9. You may add your modifier, because I believe you have one for rituals.
Okay. Can she use a willpower on this? I don't think I've actually ever used a willpower.
You may, if you wish.
Ooh. Better than I expected.
It works. Briefly. You see Connor talking to someone, most assuredly, but entering a building that you don't even really get a good look at before it all goes black. However, I want you to make me a very particular perception alertness check. Difficulty 8 this time.
Perception alertness difficulty 8. And why not? I'll use another willpower at it.
Certainly. How many total successes?
There's 1 success plus my willpower, so 2.
3, because it was an uncancelled 10.
Oh, well then 3. Cool.
You catch a good look at the puddle there that he and the group he's walking over pass by. However, you also notice an oddity. While you can see them clearly in the reflections of the puddle, his reflection is nowhere to be found.
Ashley will kind of be puzzled by this. I would assume she has an idea of why.
Perhaps. That would require a separate roll to see how well your schooling is. Do you wish to try and make it?
Sure. Why not?
This will be another intelligence occult. Difficulty 8, but no modifier. Because this isn't a ritual.
Difficulty 8, you said?
Mm-hmm. So I assume you mean the second ritual's roll to be it?
Yep.
That is 2 successes. Well, you have heard isolated reports of random individuals developing this shadowless occurrence. There is, of course, the most outstanding. That's to say, the entire clan who is cursed with not having the shadow. Clan La Sombra, of course.
Ashley will be kind of puzzled by this, but not surprised.
And while you ponder, Pius, what are you going to force Tobias to do now?
You're muted.
Has trick or treating ended yet?
No, not yet. It's dying down, though.
Okay. What's left of festivities?
Because reminder, in the 90s, Halloween trick-or-treating didn't stop at like 8 o'clock like chumps nowadays. That went on until like almost midnight.
It's true.
Much like New Year's Eve, it was a time where bedtimes were ignored.
Mhm.
And schools generally weren't too harsh if you were late to school the next day, assuming the next day was a school day. I mean, sure, they might slap you on the wrist about it, but they weren't going to rake you over it too much. In this case, it's a Saturday, so that doesn't even apply. So, and tomorrow's a Sunday.
Has Tobias
I
said how
know,
old he
diddly.
is?
You know, he
Like,
was
as in, like,
embraced.
vampire age?
You know, he was embraced in the 1890s.
1890, so Halloween was not a thing. What was it?
No, it was a witch's night.
Ah,
Man,
okay. Then
but
asking
100
him what
people.
he would do on this night as a kid would be a very wrong question. So let's think of something different. Man, my improv is not on point tonight. How odd.
I gotta say, I still don't understand why would the thing with the eggs.
I guess it's more of like a how do I explain this? Cuz so many different words that I could say to you that you won't understand. That's what makes it hard. And then he puts his hand on Toby's.
Because you're such a child?
No. Yes. This is about you tonight, Toby, not me. Shut up. So what we're trying to do here is get your bag full of candy and the eggs. Yeah, the eggs, what you asked me for.
I mean, I've got a lot of candy, he says, holding open his bag, which is probably 3/4 of the way filled. You've been setting a relentless pace tonight.
Yes. The eggs are, when your mom told you not to taste the soup in the pot, and you go and taste the soup anyway, and it's so good, but you know it was bad, but it was good though. That's
I
what
mean,
this
when
egg
she
is.
smacked my hand with the ladle.
Sure, but was that
That
taste
hurt.
worth it?
A lot. I stopped doing it. No,
Oh,
it wasn't.
God, you're a good boy.
She didn't hold back.
Oh yeah, my mom didn't eat. Well,
Think about it. Think about it for a moment. Corporal punishment in the 1890s.
yeah, I know. Hmm. Well, when you do something not naughty and you don't get caught, you get a rush.
Yeah, I haven't done anything like that and not gotten caught since before this all started. You've clearly never been to the Vienna Chantry, or any chantry for that matter.
So, well then, I guess ultimately, are you having fun?
I mean, it's been somewhat enjoyable as long as you haven't been using me as a human shield against jump scares. I didn't know you were that easily terrified.
I don't like things jumping out at me in the dark. Usually it involves pointing stuff, leaking. I really don't like leaking.
Leaking? What?
You know, the thing you do when you fall down and scrape your knee, or like, you have a pencil and you get really mad at your stepdad because he was a butthole and wouldn't let you do stuff, and you just stab your hand with a pencil.
Why would you? I'm afraid I don't understand, but why does this whole lead us back to the eggs?
Ah, right. We're doing naughty things and not getting caught. We're not bad. We're not bad people, but we're doing naughty stuff.
So you're saying that if the regent finds out, I'm going to be in trouble?
Oh, well, let's not find out.
This has bad idea written all over it. Is all he will say as you drag him on to the next house.
He wants to make his way towards Broadway and First Hill and stuff. There's once an old orphanage over there. I think it would still be active in 95. I don't know the exact street, but like on Google Maps, it's like somewhere over in that area.
Of course, of course. By the way, I would like you to eventually answer the question I sent you on Discord. But
Oh
that doesn't
shit!
have yes yet, so Okay, so you start heading towards the orphanage. Well, I will flip us back over to the next group, which is technically 2 and 1 now because Olivia and Alvin have joined together. An unholy match. I mean, no, that's the story arc. But
Jeez.
besides, she's basically your kid in this setting. So I mean, no.
It was only a blood bond. It had only happened once.
You incestuous bastard.
No, it's nothing
Nick.
incestuous about this.
I hate to tell you, it only takes once.
Damn. Good God.
Now I have to explain to Lyra how you apparently somehow defied all vampiric laws and conditions and knocked up her daughter.
Damn.
You never got her blessing.
Damn.
Wait, does Olivia need Wayman's blessing?
No, fuck that guy.
I mean, he basically he basically he really likes your sire, so I doubt he'd disapprove. Unlike, say, a couple other individuals, like Pius, for instance. Although he'd probably disapprove of that for entirely different reasons.
Anyhow.
I'm sorry. I was going through the Discord of us talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I was getting distracted on my own tangents as I do because autism.
On to the result of our
Yes.
rolls from earlier that you gimped over.
Oh, right. What did I have you rolling? Sorry.
Last time you had us roll perception alertness, she got 6 bonus, or 6 to her roll, I got 4. And we didn't really follow that at all. We just kind of like bathroomed and grabbed soda. So.
Oh, right. And then I couldn't go to the bathroom because it was occupied. Right. Forgot.
Oh, I forgot I took recruitment target.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently on a campaign to fix ignored flaws, okay? I will get to it as soon as I possibly can, but
Yeah. Oh man.
but I really need to get on things.
It's all good.
My goodness, Olivia had like this big flaw I ignored for pretty much the entire campaign. We had to like rework her flaws because that was not going to come up.
Trust me, Andrew, I completely understand. I've been trying to like dive back into some of the like traits and flaws of characters of the other campaigns to like bring some relevance back to some stuff. I know how it goes.
Yep, yep, yep.
That said, result of our checks, please.
You are able to track Allison through the very crowded streets. Reminder, these streets are filled with, over the course of a couple streets lengths, easily numbering in the 4 digits of people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to keep track of her without obviously tracking her. At the same time, not causing any scenes or anything that could prevent you from doing so.
And adjusting to the strangeness that is the new senses.
Speaking of which, what's your blood pools at?
Pretty good, honestly.
What's it at?
I'm like 2 from Cap.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. Olivia, what is Olivia's blood at?
At 9,
Out of
12.
Okay.
Yeah,
not
you're
bad.
also fine. Darn. I was I
Yeah,
guess I
we,
can't
How do
use
I?
that part
How
of
do
the
I know
census
out
yet.
of what? Oh, max blood.
Based on your
15.
generation, you have a like maximum
Yeah.
blood pool. Yeah.
Oh God. Uh-oh.
yeah, it's the mentality of like, how likely are you to want to go grab a bite as you're traveling through all of these?
Especially as you now have super senses and can smell that finger prick from across the street.
Oh, I am.
Mhm.
I
So
am.
potentially.
I am there. I might be a little hungry.
Oh, excellent. I will bring that up when we get back around to you.
Also, we did just share a blood point between each other, so you know.
Yeah, your points stay the same though, because you gave her a blood point, she gave you a blood point, so it doesn't
All right.
really, change.
Oh, and I gotta mark
Did you
one
forget
up.
that part?
No, I gotta
You
mark
did,
one up
however,
anyway.
you did, however, lick 1 drop of Mark's blood, and it gave you a full blood point. So,
Mm-hmm. Today is a weird day of blood swapping.
let the blood swapping begin.
No.
Lick, 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 lick.
Just all these vampires are on a puddle lapping blood.
All right, Ashley, hand over your magic.
Nope. Nobody can have it.
Hmm.
Technically, she can't give it away anyway.
Right, right. Well, anyway, Allison and her group are first diving into the Rusty Nail, a dive bar, whose name surely, probably, has some sort of story behind it.
We left off with Ashley Alvin and
Roll.
Olivia at the entrance of it, kind of, standing looking perfect amongst the Halloween costumes. Yeah.
GM roll here. Toot.
So many
Ah,
premiums.
Alvin. You know this place. It's been a while, but you know this place.
Good.
You and your buddies used to come back here back when you were still mortal. You came here a few times. Not enough to be uber familiar with anyone here, the like, but you vaguely know the layout, and basically, yeah, you were here at one point. Hmm.
It's been a while since I've been back to this place. Huh.
You also know the story behind the name. Basically, the owner of the bar was a construction worker doing work, and there may have been a bit of a poor quality, poor setup, something at the construction site he was working on for the city, on a city building, and it caused him to lose his balance, completely not from his own fault, and ending up falling on a pile of discarded rusty nails, which nearly gave him a bad case of tetanus, among other things. And he sued the city, and got a fair bit of money, and used to open a bar. Thus the rusty nail.
Huh. He'll explain the story to Olivia, thinking that she might enjoy it. And I can even try to make it seem cool. 1 second.
By all means,
Where is this?
make it seem cool enough, and I will give you a rare in-game extra credit point.
What?
Okay. I was gonna roll a dice roll, so
He found a secret thing.
because I. Oh, okay. So what's the DC then?
Hidden mechanic.
A DC 6, but I expect you to roleplay it if you want the point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just planning on like rolling, so charisma performance for awe.
Oh, you're using awe. Okay.
Yes.
How many people are you trying to? Well,
Well, no. Well, I'm
first you
not like
roll.
using awe itself, but like I'm trying to awe like Olivia with like the
Okay, so not
knowledge
using
of.
all the power, but you're trying to awe as in like the action of like, hey,
Yeah,
look at this
yeah,
story of mine.
Ooh.
Okay.
yeah.
Trying
For the
to woo
confusion.
her.
Sorry
I'm
for the
not
confusion.
wooing Olivia. I'm just like, hey, I don't think she's been here before, and so like, here's the
Besides,
story.
I kind of thought the in-character ship was Olivia and Pius.
What?
Yeah.
We're both like, huh?
I'm so fucking confused.
No, it's Olivia and her bagel. Get it right.
It's Olivia and the bottom of the ocean in a second.
I don't know. I have some fan art here that also seems to imply it might be Ashley and Olivia.
Mm.
This
Interesting.
fan art.
That bottom of the ocean looks a lot. Hey, Alvin, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go to Puget Sound and don't try to find me.
Hey! I'm sorry. I didn't think my story was that bad.
Oh,
Not
we're
not
now
going to
role
attempt
playing.
to not going to attempt to read out. I'm not going to attempt
shit,
to
I'm
give up the
sorry.
story.
I didn't know you were up there. Are you okay? I hit you right in the eye. I'm sorry.
Time to fry chicken. Okay, someone get the deep fryer.
No.
No. So you telling Olivia about your past a little bit?
Nope, a little bit.
Well, she's already going to be enthralled. You didn't even have to try to awe her.
Damn.
She looks up at you with like big wide eyes, like,
Right back.
tell me more.
Yeah, no, he explains like the story and everything, and how him and his buddies kind of came in and got the story firsthand from the owner that used to be here before. It's just kind of a funny little thing that getting to retread some of the old ground before the
Yeah,
Air
but
Force team kind of split up.
You knew people. You had friends. You
Yeah,
had a life.
yeah, I have a fair few friends actually.
I'm so happy about that.
Well, I'm not, considering the fact that it might have made this transition a little easier.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be less happy.
No,
Hold on.
you could be happy.
Nope, powering down. Dryer is being broken.
Olive, chill. It's fine. Honestly. No, they had a fair few Air Force buddies once upon a time. Rocco was part of that group. Kind of the comic relief of our group. The funny guy, the class clown. Something he really liked doing. I actually thought about, doing some stand-up at some point.
Oh, I don't think
Back.
Andrew's here, by the way.
Just got back.
Andrew's
Sorry.
back.
Perfect time to start talking shit about the NPCs,
Ah,
So Rocco was a class
into the dive
clown.
bar you go, and something about
Yeah.
Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco was kind of the class clown of our group, like making people laugh. Bit of comic relief. It just was the irony that he wasn't all that great with the ladies. There was Neil. Bit of a, traditional kid. Our group's smart guy. Had goals to join NASA and be an astronaut, but I don't know if he actually made it. Kind of called him Specs for, well, obvious reasons. He's one of the guys that I used to actually tear computers down with and see whether we could put something together that was a little more optimized. Then we had our buff guy, Keith. Star quarterback of high school I used to go to. farmer's family, but he was kind of the guy that was able to host all the parties and do all the gestures to the bar. For actually having to have someone do the beer run and then get caught. Like me, kind of, was the one that, run and do movie runs and actually be able to keep up with my general knowledge of film and stuff like that. But, between me and him, we were the ones that kind of kept people out of trouble and out of the clink. Tend to call them superstar soups because, kind of look like Clark Kent, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
Hmm.
And there was Davis. He's the guy that was really good with, wordsmithing. He was also a pretty sharp guy when it came to firearms. And also our group whore. He was the guy with the most girlfriends, the typical bad boy. Called him Squirrel for all of his little favored catches and twitchy behavior. But he was also the guy that kind of called us out on our bullshit from time to time, despite having plenty of his own.
In
I do
werewolf
miss
terms,
him.
he would have been the Ragabash.
But yeah, no, we shared a bit of time here at this bar. It's after one of our drill instructions. Actually, I think it was the night we found out we were supposed to be deployed. I hope they're doing it right.
Hmm. Hmm. Seems like you have very fond memories.
Yeah. Wasn't all, sunshine and rainbows, but you find good people, you stick by them, right?
Yeah.
I think I found some new good people.
Yeah, this
Kind of.
place looks pretty good. This looks like pretty good people.
You put a hand on your shoulder and just kind of squeezed, making sure not to ruffle your hair. Meant you goof.
Oh. Oh. Ha. Yeah, maybe.
As you continue to keep an eye on Allison, I assume you're trying to make it look like you're not keeping an eye on Allison.
Mm-hmm.
I will need a roll for that.
Yeah, is that so?
Looking natural. I call it appearance plus stealth.
For both of us.
Yes.
No.
Difficulty?
6. 7 for Olivia.
All right.
That woman has a hard time looking natural, I suppose.
No.
So,
No.
damn.
I am supernatural.
There
Yes,
it is.
yes, you are.
That wasn't even a
I
point I was
mean,
trying to
yes.
make.
Still waiting on one from Alvin, I believe.
Yeah. 1 second. Okay, we're good. 2.
You are good. There was a moment for a bit where some police officer was watching you both suspiciously, but then eventually gets drawn away by a commotion elsewhere.
Yeah, he
What
better
kind of
keep
Problem
commotion?
going.
evaded.
Hmm?
Drunken
Huh?
shenaniganry.
Ah, okay. All right.
Not the type of thing where it's like panic that someone's going to get hurt, but just
Yeah,
gotta keep it from getting too crazy, sort of thing.
there we go.
I'm rolling well tonight, and then tomorrow, next session, I'm gonna roll like shit.
Excellent, because that next session will be when things get diggity dangerous.
Damn
Oh,
it!
wait 1 moment. Thank you.
That means I can't stealthily lick Rocco. You are mine. You are my friend now. There's nothing you can do. You cannot rub away the spit.
Yep, I've licked you. You're now mine.
My bacteria now lives on you.
You're gonna have to get Andrew to notice the text that you're here,
Yeah, I know.
because I don't know when he's gonna enter you.
I just did it as a make it easier.
Yeah. Oh, teeth. Right, chicken?
Anyway, I am back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Someone was giving me food, and I must always break for food.
Mm-hmm.
But you are looking natural, watching your sister, and I believe are now joined. Ashley, you eventually find the rusty nail.
There's a lot of people. She's not a fan.
Well, there's less people in here than are out on the streets, so at least there's that.
Yep. So she's going to head inside and start looking around. See if she can
It
find
should-
them.
Probably be remarkably easy to find Olivia because she sticks out like a sore thumb with
Shut up.
how colorful she is.
No, I got a 4
mean-
success on my ability
I'm
to look
acting natural, not
normal.
looking natural.
God
I mean,
damn
you're
it.
basically. I mean, it has nothing to do with how your outfit looks. Just like your behavior is what that was. Not
Yeah.
your
But if
your
I'm not
your behavior you're bearing, not your actual bright and neon colored sock outfit. If it was, you would have been rolling against difficulty 9.
Steph, you look supernaturally at home and having fun at a bar. Nothing
doing-
On
untoward.
Halloween night, and there's probably a lot of
I'm
people
doing the
that are
chicken
dressed up
dance.
weird.
Olivia's doing the chicken dance next to Alvin.
Oh gosh. Alva just goes, sit down, please. We're trying not to be seen.
She'll sit
Too
down.
late. Ashley's seen you.
Oh fuck.
Oh gosh.
Ashley,
Now we've
will-
got the magpie
I
here.
said Ashley and not Allison.
Well, Olivia is gonna take note of Ashley's outfit and tell her that she looks really cool.
Uh,
And also, like, yeah, hug her.
Ashley will hug her back and be like, "Thank you. Your outfit is very colorful."
Yeah, do you know what I am?
Are you a caterpillar?
Wrong! Even I don't know what I am. Oh, wait, no, a lost sock. Yeah, I'm a lost sock in the dryer dimension.
I guess the mismatched socks make sense. The antenna.
And are
didn't.
you... Maybe not, but you never know. But what are you?
Everyone
Dark
knows socks
Angel?
have antenna when no one's looking at them.
Yeah.
True. Do you Dark Angel or something else? What are we going for?
Fallen angel, because this is a previous costume that I decided to destroy. It used to be pure white and, angelic like it was supposed to be, but it's not fitting anymore for my current state.
Olivia's gonna slide up to Ashley and be like, if you're ever falling, I'll catch you.
See, I told you the
Wow.
fan art never lies.
That there was probably worse than what Rocco delivers. I felt that one.
Olivia's retarded. Sometimes. And it's not a flirt. She's not trying to actually flirt with Ashley.
Oh yeah, no, Alvin definitely understands, but even then, he's like, "Wow, that was grade A, corny."
Yeah, out
You're
of nowhere,
welcome.
Pius got a kink in his shoulder. Just someone said something horrible.
Wait, what?
He's not-
Pius, are you all right? Are you all right, Pius?
I don't. God, I just feel like someone did a really bad punchline or some type of like joke. I don't know what it was.
Tobias's
that-
face
that-
goes. Tobias's face goes from concerned to confused. His expression has
As we
gone
were.
a lot tonight.
It does look like her dress did go through a wringer in the dryer and it just ripped it up.
Oh, yeah, no, this wasn't the dryer. I did that. I tore it up and used ashes and, water and, just stained it up real good. Like I said, fallen.
Huh.
Well, I like it, and I think you did really well. It's almost kind of like a morbid beauty.
I swear I've seen this in a film before.
Maybe? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies nowadays. But, that
Probably
and
fix that.
probably got some extra dirt from the cemetery while I was out, too, so.
That was it. He says while still kind of like casting the occasional glance towards Allison and particularly Julian's way, as he is still trying to like see if Julian's, acting weirder or, gets off to his own lonesome.
I wonder.
The cemetery was quiet. A lot of people are out doing other types of things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But got to do a little bit of scrying again. Got updates
Okay.
on that. Found, well, of course, again, Connor wanted to check in on him. It is an important day today.
Mhm.
Because it's a holiday?
Hmm.
It's our anniversary.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you know what? I'm not going to pull the pin on that one. But
For the best.
congratulations, I guess.
Well,
So you found more information on him, right?
yeah, it's not great information.
I'm sorry. Is it terminal?
It could be. He was walking into a building. I didn't really get a good look at the building, but I was able to get a good look at a puddle of them, like their reflections. There was a reflection that was missing.
Oh, so vampires do not have reflections. Whoa, I haven't actually tried a mirror in a while. Maybe I should check that.
You have absolutely tried a mirror since you became a vampire.
There's a certain type of clan that does not cast a reflection.
Alvin will kind of like make sure that you lower your voice and like really bring it in order to like talk further about this because we are like around full blown mortals and stuff.
We could be talking about fan stuff. It's Halloween.
We could be, and Alvin could definitely make that lie and probably put that out there. But he does want to make sure that it's like, all right, bring that one in a little closer.
But yeah, she'll lean in and be like, I'm pretty sure it starts
You're
with
pregnant.
an L. I am not pregnant. I can't get pregnant.
It happened before she was.
The outburst of pregnant, there are a few glances sent your way, but they go back to their business.
See, the problem is that it happened before she was turned, and because of empiricism being like the slowing of the body's, maturation, it's only just now hit final term.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so
A
I would
massive
have-
pregnant belly it bulges out onto Ashley's belly, I guess, and then vanishes into the thought ether as if it never were, because
Yeah.
that's not canon.
Ashley's going to just kind of like start rubbing her temples. I would have to be the fucking Virgin Mary for that to happen. Thank you.
We retconned it. It's fine, but it starts with an L.
It starts with an
All
L.
right.
So if you know anything of other, groups, you should know.
Yeah.
Of course she does, because while his schooling was largely the same length of yours absolutely more focused on politics and shit. And the La Sombra are the Ventry's big rivals in terms of the other sect. So, the
He's got-
counterparts.
He's got some information, but he doesn't have like
You definitely know
the
they don't
occult
have
information.
reflections. You know that
Right.
part.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well,
So definitely terminal.
behind enemy lines, it seems.
Yep.
Sorry.
Which makes
Well,
more sense
consider.
why I have not found him in the city.
Yeah, we did just kind of kick out their main base, so yeah. But we know we're not rid of them. So you've got a description, right?
Very much.
All right then. If it comes to us finding him first, awesome. Otherwise, we can try to make sure those that are higher above us understand that if we come to blows again, we want that one in particular.
Ashley
No
will
different
just
than
nod.
our little deal that we did when we were trying to make sure that Jess's cousin was fine.
It was Sarah's cousin.
Sarah's cousin? Yeah.
Mm.
Zeno's brain's not all that well.
Yeah, well, Jess is the one of your employees we're focusing more on in recent sessions, so I mean that makes sense for you to have that full wire flip.
Mhm.
Yeah. Either way. Wait, why was I focusing on Jess again? God, it's been a minute.
Because of the Primogen presumably used her as a little dominate minion.
Right, and that's Mark's. Yep. Okay. Sarah's the whole deal with missing cousin and Sabat stuff. Jess's. Mark's. Okay. Yep. All right. Recenter, refocus. We're good. So, yeah. Ashley knew what he meant.
Yep.
We can do
Ashley.
the similar thing with Connor.
Yep. She'll
Speaking, oh yeah, go on. Go on. I'll give you a little bit
she'll
more.
kind of nod and like thanks and like. I do say though, if we get in close, I think I want to snack on one of them.
On Sabat?
Research purposes.
Alvin will look to Olivia a little concerned.
She just shrugs, going, "Don't look at me. I don't even know what that means."
Oh, is she okay? Are we gonna have to like bundle her up?
As the dead mother consults his good child, he has to consider what to do with the bad child.
Well, said bad child's just looking at the fact that, okay, it's a Sabat member. I might be able to eat that one for free.
I want you to
Fortunately,
understand.
if by eat you mean outright diablerie, then no.
Yeah, Alvin would be the
Diablerie.
one to say that. It's like, we can't just do that to other kindred, right? Like, it's not something we could do regardless of out of, like, faction or not, right?
Olivia's gonna take a brownie and basically put it
Olivia
in
also
front
has
of...
no idea what they're talking about.
No, she doesn't. She just thinks she's trying to eat people, and that's all she knows. And she's gonna take a brownie and just like shove it in front of Ashley's face, be like, "You're not you when you haven't had a brownie."
Ashley will smile and take the brownie and eat it. Thank you, Olive. I was actually kind of hungry.
And as Ashley takes the brownie, we go over to outside of a nearby orphanage with Tobias and Pius. So, what's the objective here exactly?
Yeah, I just wanted to stop by and see the place where I last remember being a kid.
It looks like it's closed.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been here. I don't even remember when it had closed, if it is closed.
I have no idea. I'm just assuming.
I don't either, yeah. I just know that
Yeah,
there was some
I just know
orphans
they
there.
moved away from orphanages sometime in the 90s or earlier, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember like before you were embraced, like any like memories, just things that you did as a kid?
I lived in New York, yes.
And what did you guys do for like holidays other than like I don't know. I'm sure you guys had Christmas at that time.
Of course we had Christmas. Why wouldn't we have Christmas?
I don't know my history too well.
Tobias
Oh,
will, Tobias will give you a finger gesture to lean in so he can tell you something.
Pius would lean in.
He will get right into your ear, put his lips up against you, and be like, "Read a book."
Pius would lean in closer and go, "But you're a living history book." Yeah.
And I doubt you've talked to any World War II veterans.
Ooh, did you do stuff in World War II?
I went outside once. There was bombs dropping, and I went back inside.
Oh, man. Hmm. Man, so you really having like a kid body, like, does it hold you back? Like when it comes to like fighting?
Somewhat. I can never naturally increase my my physical power and endurance beyond supernatural measures.
So how do you counter that? Like,
I.e., he cannot use experience to raise his strength and stamina past 2.
then what would you do? Oh, God, I'm hungry. What would you do if like you were in a life and death situation, you had no help? Like, what's your defense?
Depends on what the situation is, really. Like,
Hmm.
what's the environment like?
What if you're in a room and a vampire stronger than you tries to devour you?
Is he already on me, or do I have a moment?
You have a moment.
Well, I'd probably try and trap him into a cube of air I turned solid.
Oh, cool. Pius just starts grinning. Like, you can make air solid? That is cool.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Man,
Fundamentals of transmutation, of course.
I forgot you can do that cool stuff like Ashley can. I can do some cool stuff, but I don't want to really talk about it.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, leaving that aside, what are we doing here again?
I don't know. He'd grab an egg and he tosses it at the window, and he'll grab one and hand it over to Tobias, and then continue on just talking. Like, did you have like, I don't know, siblings like at all? Did you have any brothers and sisters?
7.
Oh man, throw your egg.
Out of character, no birth control, and yeah, frequent other things. Families usually had lots of kids.
How many of them lived?
From what I heard, all but one of them.
Oh, okay. You?
Not counting me, obviously.
Huh. And he throws another egg at the window and hands Tobias another one.
Tobias just casually tosses it. Mm.
So, I mean, what do you think of Ashley? I think she's okay. Kind of like a sister I haven't had, in a sense. I like to pick on her.
Well, she seems bright, studious, intelligent. A little headstrong on the wheel department, but those are all things that the clan likes. So, good, I guess.
Hmm.
I definitely appreciate her taking time to be my chaperone at times. Downsides of this small body. Is that makes keeping to the masquerade much more difficult.
No, I bet. You probably don't really ever get to just go out and do stuff.
Oh, yes and no, but it's fine. I like the chantry. It's not nearly as big as the one in Vienna, but it's nice.
What
Regent Steel
about
has
Mortal
good
Kombat?
tastes. Why would I want to fight someone to the death?
Oh man, it's a video game.
I'd ask what's a video game, but I don't think I want to go down this rabbit hole again.
Well, Tobias, since you asked,
No, 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 no.
this is where the montage of explanation comes in.
Yes. Get
And
him.
we will end the session on a montage of video game explanation and exposition.
Oh, what a night Tobias is having.
Roll the credits. I hope everyone had fun.
That was very fun.
We will obviously continue this next time because Sister Stalking has by no means finished. It's halfway done at best.
And now I've recruited another person for the investigation.
Yep.
And Pius needs to feed.
We can help you with that. You just gotta come get a
Dead
brownie.
Mother, he pretends to care, but it's only so that they all feel like they owe him when he demands he politely requests that he needs help.
Isn't that what a venture is supposed to do? Have good connections
Absolutely.
and
Your
make people
sire
and
is
get...
so proud of you. Your sire is so damn proud of you. You keep going, son.
The echo of Pius's kink shoulder finally catches the Alvin. He goes, Pius is hungry.
Yep. My boy has needs. I need to fix this.
Hmm. So first off, experience. Learning, role-playing, special anniversary experience point bonus of 1.
Ooh.
So we'll start off with a base of 3.
Wee.
And learning. Olivia, what did Olivia learn tonight?
Too damn much. Well, god damn it.
She's typing.
You
Hold on.
fucking kidding me? Yeah. Every time, like, it goes right to me when I'm typing. And whatever, I'll just end it there. She learned about Alvin's history. She learned a new ability. Got dominate. I don't really know. That's about all I got. Like, I don't know. She's
I
here.
should give you the shifty eyeglass look, but I will allow it for tonight because it's the second game anniversary and I want it to be special, so fuck it, you get it. Anyway, Alvin, what did Alvin learn tonight?
Well, on all technical regards, Alvin learned a couple new abilities today. Honestly, he didn't even know about cross-discipline abilities, so
I
Mark
brought him
kind
up
of
once or
giving...
twice, but it's been very intermittent.
Yeah, but it's not something that Alvin's necessarily been approached by or been like, it, that horizon hasn't been shown to him in that way.
They are at the very least uncommon, yes.
So, knowing that he can now kind of mix disciplines is now giving some ideas as to what else he might be able to blend together for purposeful updates later.
Such as requesting whether or not you can buy certain cross-discipline powers. Or, discipline combination powers. They kind of go back and forth between cross-discipline and discipline combination. Okay, SBS, +1 for you as well. Ashley, what did Ashley learn?
Ashley learned what Lynette looked like, and she also learned what Connor's plan was. Officially.
Absolutely. Yeah, you knew unofficially, but now you know officially.
Yep.
Pius, what did Pius learn tonight? Beyond the fact that zooming around as squeakers is presumably quite fun.
Pius learned that there could be reality to what Bell said when he had woken. Especially saying like learning something so quick made him raise an eyebrow. Also, he learned that not all vampires taste food and they all eat food and taste ash. That they can have candy and they can taste the grime of sewers on fingertips.
I would also arguably, a reminder to wash your fingers.
What else? There's
Yeah, that's fine. 4 for everyone. Now it's MVP time. Pius, who's your MVP?
Actually, Ashley, this time around, because that the scene with Lynette was pretty cool. That caught me off guard. It was an enjoyable moment.
Ashley, MVP.
Bias for sticking his hands into Bias's mouth.
Tobias, yes.
Pious for being a creep. Understood. Alvin, who is your MVP?
I loved everybody's scene tonight. I did. They're all so good. I want to give it to everybody, but if I had to have my arm, twisted, which honestly this isn't a twist, I got the scene I've been waiting for a while, and so it's going to Olivia. I've been wanting this little swap of abilities for a while, but I wanted to do it in session. So also, who does it like a scene where you end it where you clank brownies together? That's just awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Indeed. Olivia, who do you give the MVP to?
Hold on, I gotta roll the dice.
I was gonna say it's gonna be
No,
the deciding
dice
factor.
rolling. I forbid it.
God damn it!
It's the deciding
Everybody's
factor.
at one. Everyone's at one so far.
I know.
Aside from Alvin, everyone
Aside
but
from
Alvin
Alvin.
is at one.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, just make it
Ooh.
Alvin. That means DM has to fucking decide.
I'm
Then
doing-
he won't get it at all.
I'm doing
That's
Elvin
his
just to
threat.
make it difficult for Andrew, but also because I loved everybody's scenes regardless.
Mhm,
Mhm,
mhm.
mhm. Yeah, well, I will say, fuck you. It's the 2nd anniversary. I can do things like this. 5 XP, everyone.
Hooray!
Yay!
Also, make sure that when you update the total, Nick, that you include the 5 XP I gave everyone for the backlog of canceled sessions where I was the only cause of the canceled session.
Everyone got 5 extra points before this session.
Back on the 9th.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Because I basically went back and I noticed that the very first time I had to cancel session, not because of people missing, but because of me, I gave you an experience point, and then I learned that there were 5 other times that happened, but I didn't give XP. So I'm making that a rule now, and I gave you the backlog of experience for that.
Very nice.
128. I'm at 128 now, or 126.
You're at 126.
126. Yeah.
Yep. Because since
So
last
you all
session,
have
we
plenty
didn't.
of experience to be spending. I
Oh
expect
yeah,
requests.
I have quite a bit of experience.
Yeah, actually. Which means that in all technical means, I could bump Auspex to rank 2 right now.
That would be 7 experience, yes.
Would that be okay, considering he just got it this session?
You know what? That is a fair and valid point. I did allow you to learn it mid-session, so I'm going to say no, not this time. Sorry, my bad.
Understandable. Nope, that's why I asked. I felt like it was,
It's a kind of a rare exception to the rule because of it. You learn normal cutoff is before session. Since you learned it after the session started, I'm going to count it against this week's time period.
completely
sessions.
understandable. I figured I'd ask just to not, superpower game it.
Yep.
Oh, oops, I don't want that.
That's okay.
For the
I
same
can-
example, Olivia cannot learn Dominate 2 this break period.
At least she has it.
How many? If I'm at Animalism 3, and if I were to bump it to 5, how many points would that be?
You're not at Animalism 3. You're at Animalism 4. Did you not read the message I sent you?
I'm sorry.
Your 2nd year anniversary gift was Animalism 4 free of charge.
Oh wait, so I can.
Which is the power
can.
which is the power to possess an animal. Yes.
Yeah. I want to get to 6 so bad.
You can't get to 6 without descending to Generation 7.
Fuck.
Which
Oh
means
man.
you gotta eat somebody of Generation 7.
Oh, Tobias.
No, you are not.
And now for my Halloween snack.
Ah.
Well,
But
I think there's gonna be a pile
yeah,
of ash.
so yeah, you got Animalism 4. Olivia
Okay.
got Obfuscate 4. Ashley got 2 first level dots and 2 new secondary paths for Thaumaturgy. And Nick got a cool combination thingy with a dot to go with it for the skill it uses.
So would I put that as a new discipline then, or is that just a handout that I'm gonna have to like reference later when we decide to use it?
A handout you'll have to reference later. You can probably find somewhere on your sheet, like some sort of notes section, I assume, where you can probably write down cross-discipline powers into.
No,
Or
that's
discipline
okay.
for
I was just curious in terms of like how those kind of disciplines would be reflected.
generally speaking, the pricing for combination powers is for every dot in the prerequisites of the combination is 3 experience.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Something that
Nice.
requires, say, 5 dominate 5 and potence 3 would instead cost
24.
24 experience. That's one.
Would you
And there
by
is such a power.
would you by chance be able to like reference me to some of the other cross discipline stuff that isn't in Blood of the Clans? Because that's the only ones that I
Or
was
the
able to
clans.
find.
There's definitely some also in the Dark Ages book and a few other places elsewhere.
So I am trying to like
You also got to remember that you can also look under the ones under other people's clans, but you might not have widespread access to those. Even if they are your disciplines, it'll really depend.
yeah, no, I was just curious because I'm just trying to figure out stuff that Alvin can pick up
In
to
this
kind of
case,
diversify him.
Chain of Command, the one I'm using, is adapted from the one in Vampire the Requiem, the Chronicles of Darkness version of Vampire, where they call them devotions. With the
Gotcha.
added caveat that they can actually be from a single, like alternate powers for a single discipline rather than just combinations. But in this case,
Okay.
it was a combination.
How much would it be to go to Obfuscate 5?
That's in class, right?
You're currently at Obfuscate 3, are you not?
I am.
Well, first off, remember the house rule. I don't allow things to be increased by more than 1 dot between any given session without a time
Unless
skip.
it's a time skip. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a total. Like, if I don't have enough now, how much would I have
To
to
go from
save?
Obfuscate 3 to Obfuscate 5 would require buying 4 and then 5, so a grand total of 15 plus 20, 35 experience.
35. Okay. So this match I can go to 4 then.
If you wish to spend 15 experience, yes.
I would.
Go ahead and make an official note of it in your channel, but I will approve it. So you can spend 15 to get Obfuscate 4, advancing alongside Olivia.
One more, I'll be able to cloak the whole party.
Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah.
That is Obfuscate 5, yes.
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Oh
It's
yeah.
basically mass Obfuscate.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. Pius, I
Oh,
didn't know you had such superpowers. What the fuck is this?
So if I did that and you all use your obfuscates, and if mine broke, would theirs still be there since they'd only see me break?
I'd have to think on that one, to be honest.
Okay. I was thinking of like a mind fuck. If we have to like really sneak into some shit and we're all have the chance of like not getting caught and only one of us getting caught, a mass obfuscate stacked with other
Yeah,
obfuscate.
if I recall from how the power works, if one of them breaks the group obfuscate, only they are revealed. But if you break the obfuscate, everyone is revealed, right?
What if they're obfuscating within my obfuscate?
Yeah, I know that's what you're asking. I don't know about the answer to that. I'm just saying how the base power works based on what I remember.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, yes. So Pius advances to Obfuscate 4 with experience. Remember to always note these things down if you can inside your private channels to me. Most of the time I will approve them immediately, but sometimes I'll be like, are you sure? Or in the case of certain thaumaturgy or necromancy paths, sorry, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
At least not yet.
I always get the first one. Are you sure?
I still got 14 points that I can spend.
So
Where the
26,
fuck am I? Oh,
42,
Jesus Christ.
44, and 25.
Yep. So I spent
Bam.
112. I have 126 total.
Yep.
Also, Olivia and Alvin. I mean, I assume you already marked these off, but don't forget to track the
blood
10
bond.
experience you spend for the discipline exchange mid-session.
Already done.
Mhm.
Well, on my character sheet, do you want me to toss that into the directory as well?
You know what? Yes, please, just to help keep it all more neater tracked,
Sure.
I guess.
All right.
It's easier to do future math if there's a paper trail, or digital trail in this case.
These. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow.
There we
So
go.
update blood. There was like 3 new blood bonds created this session, so I'll have to update blood. That bit in planning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I forgot to update that.
And
Olivia just needs to get pious, eating her blood, and then she'll have one for everyone.
Yeah.
In her collection.
That's my master plan.
Collect everyone.
And then if we drink Olivia, we'll all get the powers.
I will kill everybody.
You have that I could use.
I don't know if you can kill them, but you would absolutely be able to drive them mad.
So like, I have wits 5, manipulation 4. Like, what could I play off of those that I don't have yet? That you have?
Dominate is actually a pretty big manipulation discipline.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. So that would be able to play off my manipulation really well.
Particularly manipulation plus intimidation, manipulation plus leadership, and manipulation plus subterfuge for the first 3.
Okay. Oh man, I have a lot of those.
But honestly, I
still
encourage you
confused,
to
three.
read the book. At least the basic non-exclusive disciplines, anyway. Figure yourself out.
You know, actually, now that I've got this, like, little tidbit of Auspex kicking in my system, I could bump my alertness and get some awareness.
Ooh, you have been meaning to put a dot into awareness for a while, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm starting to feel the supernatural buzz of Olivia's blood coursing through my veins.
Do you want more?
This is a drug? Why do I feel like this?
You
It's
can
like
always go to level 2.
it's like an energy drink.
If you want to feel it all the time, you can always ask her to teach you dementation. I will warn you, though, that learning dementation gives you a permanent derangement, because a permanent derangement is required to use it.
I know. So skills are 3 for the first dot, but 2 times current rank, so that would be 4 points for alertness, 3 points for awareness, which would be 7. Could be worth it. Which would mean that I'd have 3 remaining. No, I would have 4 remaining. So I've spent 114. I have 11. Which would mean that after next session, I would have enough in order to bump Auspex. Yeah, I think I like that. I think that's what we're going to do.
What are you going to spend?
Alertness awareness. 7 points effectively.
Your third dot and your first dot. Yes.
Correct.
I hope everyone had fun, and I hope next session, at least, you get around to discussing Olivia's dream vision thing.
Yes.
Well, when you're not sister stalking, anyway. Obviously, that took precedence tonight, and we'll probably do so tomorrow. I mean, next session, the start of it, anyway.
Are those purchases okay, Andrew?
One moment, let me double check.
Just what I mentioned, alertness awareness.
Yeah, sure, it's all fine.
Okay. I can now begin to attempt to see the spookies.
Oh man, I get to see what is so fascinating about smelling another dog's butt.
Yeah, you have to find a dog to possess first. But yeah,
Oh
sure.
sure.
Just remember that your vampire body is like motionless and helpless and senseless to the
Why
world.
birds target cars to shit on? He's gonna know so much about animals.
Or at the very least, get distracted by fun along the way. I
Yes.
almost gave you obfuscate as well, along with Livia, but I felt like this was something that you were building towards more. Yeah, what with your little animal groupie.
Yes, I am building towards being more like a beast master type thing.
You know what
With
that does
a
mean, though,
dab of
Pius, right?
necromancy. What?
It means he can sneak into places as a rat and watch things happen.
Nah, it means he can now pilot Comstock and be able to see things from the air.
Oh shit, you're right.
You have an
Yeah.
organic drone.
Yes.
You
You could straight up just chill in the Daily Bagel and just let Comstock out and go.
Oh man.
You won't be seeing much from Comstock's perspective, though.
Oh, right, because they're echolocation
Bat.
locators. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll hear a lot, and you won't see so much.
Get an owl.
Hmm.
True.
That's
Oh
not
man,
right.
things with talents, so I can actually be the beast, like I can go inside of it and move around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're not just spectating; you are controlling.
Oh man,
Do note there is a built-in drawback. I believe it's like on that page somewhere.
do I feel the
Or-
pain of the animals if they die?
I don't know, but I know that you kind of can get lost in the animal's instincts even after you leave them.
I'm dive bombing an eyeball socket with a sparrow.
You just make sure to read that section in the rules. Because I didn't enforce it tonight because I was just showing you that you had it, but going forward, yeah.
So cool.
Steps on point with the whole it's an attack drone now. Oh god.
Oh yeah. Just flying on his comms. I'm like Ukrainian bat, and I'm flying around.
Boom.
Have Comstop grab a #2 pencil and just dive bomb eyeballs.
I am
I
looking
mean, it's
forward.
probably not going to actually be effective at succeeding at that, but it'll be hilarious, I'm sure.
We didn't think that of the rats during the major fight, and yet they were still MVPs. I don't want to hear that naysaying, Andrew.
Yeah, I can't wait to have the full party, like the family with Nibbles and Squeakers family, and then I'll have just these rats.
And then I have to start targeting them, unlike what I did during the Sabat raid, and they start dying.
Feed
Oh,
my
no.
children. Attack. It'll be cool.
But in any case, I will see you all next time, as well as other points during the week.
Mhm.
Like this coming week, hopefully for more pirates, and the week after that for Giant Slayer,
Mhm.
and hopefully some sort of online game shenanigans with y'all over in the Valorous gaming room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, Dave, you're becoming a regular old minion mancer, just like always.
Yes. I do like my minion builds.
I also love a good minion build. I just prefer undead things.
I like undead things too, but like I don't know, I wanted to kind of play things up and mix, be more Beastmaster mixed with the necromancy.
What you really need is an actual proper battle minion. So like some sort of animal that can actually fight, rather than something that I allow to happen because I think it's funny, and it is when it happens.
Oh, I have an idea in mind. I want to get to the Doberman pinchers, but I'm just waiting for the right moment within our story to like nab them. I haven't
Dude,
really come
Alright,
across any
but it'll
like
be sad when they die.
veterinarians.
we just go out, we go hunt a bobcat, and like Pius just brings back this necro cat.
See that's the thing, Andrew. I'm saving up these oils not for a body, but for a dog. I wanted to kill a dog, revive it with the oil, so it prolongs its degeneration and all that, and
Yeah,
then
but
start
you do remember
swapping
the
them out as
problem with
they decompose.
zombies, right?
Uh huh.
You can give them one order when you make them, and you can't change it afterwards.
Oh, I
You're-
can't say like guard.
So like you can have them
guard
you
me
can
from
have them
harm.
guard a location, but you can't have them like. I mean, if you said them guard you, they'd be following you everywhere. Masquerade
cool.
breach. Masquerade breach.
Oh, because they'll know it's a zombie dog.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't hide the fact it's visibly dead.
Right. So living dogs it is.
Yep. You just got to be a dog breeder.
We're in Seattle. Does water hurt vampires? Can I jump into the Seattle Bay?
Not normally. I said no, it doesn't normally hurt vampires now.
Ooh.
There's an entire subgroup of the gangrel called the mariner gangrel who live in the depths of the deeper lakes and oceans.
Pius just reaches into his trench coat pocket and just jellyfishes this dude's face.
Well, yeah,
I'm
but
not,
then
I'm not going to do any of that.
those won't last very long because they'll die out of the water.
Sure, but the sting would be crazy. He'll be begging for a pee in no time.
I don't know about that, but we will see.
I would never go that far in that game. But no, but I was planning on getting some dogs.
We shall try and put it on the to-do list.
Mm-hmm. Like the rats. That is gonna be like one of my things. Though, like I want to command rats, like hordes of rats.
You can already summon hordes of them. You just can't really control entire hordes of them.
Right.
But if you ever want to
But-
make some place look like it's the plague, you can do that easily, just by
Mhm.
summoning large amounts of rats. With, I believe, the second dot animalism power, the beckoning.
Yep. Yep. I can do like bats or birds or rats or small animals. So I
You
remember
will
I
have
summoned
to,
a,
if you
a
try
horde
and
of
do
bats,
that,
they
even
just
on
flap
Halloween,
around.
though, Donovan's going to be unhappy with you.
No, I got Tobias to have fun with.
And we shall see where y'all go, but next time. For now, I'm going to hop off,
Mhm.
unwind, relax, finish my burger, get a drink. I'm almost out of drinks. I'll need to get some more tomorrow.
I think the corner store's closed, so I can't walk up and get a drink.
Yeah.
And Steph, I love what you sent me.
Yeah.
Is it more
That's
fan
great.
art?
No.
I like just how it was formatted, honestly.
I don't know who's watching our games, but I get all this crazy Yuri fan art between Ashley and Olivia.
What? Do you?
No, of course not. Why would you
Oh,
actually believe
God.
that?
I don't know why. I don't know.
Would you actually believe that?
Somebody just randomly hopped onto one of the YouTube videos, goes, I like these characters, just starts sending the game master all links to
Because
some
let's be
AO3s.
honest, if I was getting fan art for the game, no matter how weird or creepy, I would absolutely be dropping that shit in the Discord.
That's fair. I don't know. I'm not all here. My teeth are still hurting.
Yeah.
I was watching Stephanie and Coronel, and I don't know who the other person was you guys are playing with in Dead by
Oh.
Daylight.
It was Corey, me, Brad, Alex, and Asher.
Huh, okay.
I don't know Asher. It's a friend of Corey's from, I think, work. And then Brad and Alex are longtime friends of Corey's.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Well, we
And I-
adopted Alex from a con, so
yeah. So, yeah, I was just playing with them. I suck at Dead by Daylight. I just...
Dead by Daylight's the like horror slasher thingy where you're
And
trying
it seemed
to
like
survive till
you're
dawn,
doing better than Corey for a while.
Maybe? I don't know. I just know I kept getting downed.
Oh,
We all know that
well.
Steph can't really accept praise too well. She gets embarrassed.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave chat. No, I'm kidding.
Mm.
Bye.
Alright, I'll
Bye.
see you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a good night.